And we're live on District Nation as we're coming from Nationals Baseball. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hop in a chat whenever you feel, or just enjoy baseball. It's a message from me. I just wanted to brag that I got the chat thing working. That actually took me a while, but I actually got it to work. And today, the Washington Nationals will take on the San Diego Padres in a second game of a 3-game series. From Nationals Park, the Nationals lost the last game after Manny Machado killed them with that 7-2 grand slam when it was a 3-2 game and he hit that grand slam. Just not a good day for them in general, but tonight Mitchell Parker will get the start against Yu Darvish as the Washington Nationals. The set first pitch right now says 6:45, but on MLB.com it does say they're in a delay, but apparently we're set for a 6:45 start. So we're going to get going in just a moment. We got our pregame show in here as we're going to go through the starting lineups, go over some Eli Willits news, and then check up on the other games going on in MLB right now. To start, let's go over Eli Willits. The newest National and the youngest National. Mr. Willits was the first overall draft pick by the Washington Nationals with their first pick in the 2025 MLB draft. He was the first overall pick. That was really good for him. He's only 17, the youngest ever first-round draft pick. Excuse me, had something going on. Some facts about Eli Willits. He signed an $8.2 million contract today, and he also sets the new record for a high school player with that, as he's the first overall pick. So, of course, he's going to get paid a lot more than the usual player. It's big for Willits. We can look at some facts about him. First, you heard he's a high school player. He's only 17 years old. He's a reclass up. So he's meant to be a class of 2026, but he went into the class of 2025. He's a shortstop. He's a switch hitter from Loudoun, Oklahoma. So a switch hitter, I think he's going to be the franchise shortstop. As you know, I was like Cade Anderson. I posted as soon as he got picked that night. I posted something about it. But, I mean, what happened happens. So it was really cool to see Eli Willits today get his uniform. He had number 1 on it. I don't know what that means. Maybe Gore's going to switch. Maybe Willits is going to switch. It doesn't really matter to me because we have a franchise shortstop. I believe we do. Just looking at that, there's a lot of good stuff with Willits today. He took BP with the team today in warm-ups. Excuse me, I'm having a little trouble stuttering a little bit. We'll be good by first pitch, hopefully, but he had a good day. So it looks like the rain is really starting to come over Nats Park. So you never know. The rain is starting to come over a little bit. I think we might get started around 7:38 maybe. But we're here live. We might take a break in between. I might go over to PAS for a little while to wait it out, but also I have MLB TV, so I might end up just calling a different game. I can do that if I want to. And we have a lot of games going on with the bottom of the 6th, Cincinnati and New York, bottom of the 2nd, Philly and the Angels, and then we got the White Sox and Pirates about to start, and the Orioles, Rays about to start at 7:05, Texas and Detroit starting at 7:05, 7:10 Athletics Cleveland. Then you have Boston and Chicago starting at 7:15, that's the Cubs. St. Louis and Arizona, they start at 7:15. At 7:15, New York and Atlanta. At 8:10, you have Minnesota and the Rockies. Then you have Milwaukee Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers. You have Houston and Seattle. There's so many games you can look at. Then there's also the games that have already finished. Surprisingly, games have already finished. That's interesting. But San Francisco lost to Toronto 6-3, and the Marlins beat the Royals 3-1. Surprisingly, the Marlins won. They are not that far behind 500. Extremely surprising to me. Check over as we're looking good for tonight. It's going to be a rainy day probably, so the game probably will start later. We might take a break in between, but we might also call some other games because I have the ability to do that if I want to. We're not going to get the starting lineup just yet. But once again, Willits, he at least took BP with the Nationals today. He's going to get to watch the game. It's all really fun. I believe that he's a part of the future. I believe that Abrams might be gone soon, or they might move Abrams to second. I think you should move Abrams to second, put Willits at shortstop, put Brady House at third, put anyone at first. There's a lot of first basemen in the system. There's just so much you can do. There's so many options, so many things you can do. We're going to take a look at the Nats' top 30 prospects, just look at our future a little bit, because I'm excited to see it. Sorry I did not call the home run derby. I wanted to watch it, and besides, it's kind of hard to call home run derby. I might call it next year, to be honest. But Looking at the top prospect list, you have Travis Sakura at number 1. He's a part of the future. Harleen Susana. Those two guys are both very part of the future. House is 3. Of course, he's already a part of the future. He's shown that with his multi-home run game going into the All-Star break. We saw that. That was really cool to see. I really enjoyed watching that game. Looks like the storm clouds are really hanging over. So, I don't know what time this game is going to start. We might have 2 games tomorrow. I'm going to call both of them, of course, because it's a Sunday. Have nothing to do. We will be calling the Monday game. We'll not be able to call the Tuesday game. Call the Wednesday game. And we'll take a look at the schedule here. To finish off, coming into the All-Star break, we finish up this series with San Diego. Then we play Cincinnati at home. I'll be able to cover games 1 and 3 for that series. Then we got Minnesota. We're going to Minnesota for a weekend series. I'll be able to cover all 3 of those. Then we head over to Houston for a 3-game series. And it looks like we'll be able to call those because it's at 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I'll be able to call those. And then we go to Milwaukee for a weekend series. Most of the weekend series I'll be able to call, especially as we get into the year. And it looks like it's really dark over Nationals Park, and a lot of fans are not on the field. So we're going to continue in weather delay for now, as it's coming up to 6:40 Eastern Time from Washington, D.C. I know we have a Canada listener in Comas. He's going to be on, but it's 6:45. Hear about the game time is 6:45. No one's starting to warm up. I think we're going to go into rain delay at some point. Because in that case, the game would be starting soon. If it's 6:40, they'd be on the field getting ready to go. So we are in delay at MLB.com. So we're just going to take a look here. They still are in delay. And if we get a new starting time, I'll call a different game. Just so you know, Cade Cavalli is still on the prospect list at number 7. Honestly, I don't know why he's been on that list for so many years now. His ETA keeps changing to the next year. It says 2025 right now. I don't know. Caleb Lamavita, he's 8. Drafted last year, ETA 2027. Robert Hassel III, he was up this year. Yohandy Morales, 2026. Kevin Bazel. Angel Feliz, 2029. He's in the rookie league. He's from the Dominican team. He's wearing a Savannah Bananas uniform in his picture. That's interesting. Yeah, if you don't remember Sir Jamison Jones from spring training, he played in that Futures game that we played in. There's a lot of guys who are ETAs like 2029 and 2030. Like Brian Cortesia, 2030 ETA. Victor Hurtado, 2029. But some of the guys to look at, Andre Lara, he's up in the MLB now. So we'll see that happening. Looks like we're about to get an update. As the Nationals play-by-play broadcast is starting, if they go to a Nats Classic game, I'll start calling a different game. Depends on what starting time we get. We'll probably take a break in between me calling that game. The clouds are heavy over DC, if you're wondering, looking at the satellite. Once again, it's Nationals and Padres right here on District Nation. Hoping everybody's having a good day. Live with some baseball, and it looks like the tarp is being put over the infield. So that could mean a variety of things, but it looks like the rain is going to start any moment. And it looks like we might be postponed. I'm looking. We are continue to monitor. And it looks like Bob Carpenter and Kevin Frenzen are wearing the basketball uniforms on the broadcast. Frenzen is wearing no shirt under it, and Bob Carpenter is wearing a shirt under it. So it looks very different. That's really interesting. But we'll get started. We're going to call probably a different game starting now as soon as we get an update. But here we go. It's pretty dark, so I don't think we're going to start here. So I'll just probably hang out in OBS and check it. Just so you know, we have 17 subscribers. We've gained 3 since my last broadcast. Thank you so much to those subscribers. And if you subscribe now, you'll probably get a shout out because I'm getting Stream Elements and Chat Ninja to work. So I can do this now. Like, put up a message like that. Once again, Eli Willits was around today. He signed his contract, $8.2 million. It's all great. Excited to see him up in the big leagues. And I don't know, yeah. Excited to see the man playing the big leagues. He got to take BP. He said hello to Miguel Cairo. He even took infield. He looks really good at the field. Very smooth. He was talking to Josh Bell. He's probably the veteran of the team. Willits hit from both sides. He did pretty well. A lot of fans wanted to see him in that BP pregame pass. You can get that. So for now, I think we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and look at some other game for now because it's obvious. We're not starting at 6:45 because it's 6:43. So we're going to go ahead and call a different game. There you go, delay top of the first. So I like being on the box score on OBS, on ESPN. So OBS is working. Looking good as we're live. Thanks to anyone who's in the chat today. Hop in the chat whenever you want. And I've got this working, which is really cool. So now, I'm going to go ahead and switch to a game. Since PAS is covering this game, I'm going to cover the Mets-Reds game. We're in the top of the 7th here. After this goes into a break, we'll go to a quick break. Then we will be back right here. They're in an ad break, so I'm going to go ahead and call Philly and LAD, or LAA. So it's like Philly and the Angels are playing. It's a 1-0 Philly lead in the top of the 3rd. Taijuan Walker's on the mound for the Phillies. He's going to face Zach Neto. Walker into the wind. First pitch to Neto is called strike one, right in there. It'll be an 0-1 count. And if you're wondering why we're calling, if you're just in, we're calling some different games. We're kind of doing some MLB round the house. Neto facing Walker the righty. A righty-righty matchup. Walker into the wind. Here is the 0-1. That is low ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. We'll get our starting lineups in just a moment. After the break, after I finish calling this inning. It's top of the 3rd between the Angels and the Phillies. 1 out. No runners on base. And a 1-1 count. Right here on District Nation, we're covering some other MLB games. It is really starting to get really dark in DC. It'll be a 1-1 count to Walker, from Walker to Neto, and that is outside ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count. We might just switch to doing some kind of MLB round the house. If we are postponed, I will end the broadcaster. The 1-2. Swing the ground ball right at the 3rd baseman. He will fire it over to first, and Harper catches that easily, and that's the 2nd out of the inning, retiring Zach Neto. So now it's going to be Nolan Schanuel. I don't know, Nolan S. Nolan S is hitting. I don't really call it Angels ball, but I'm going to have to learn to. And if you're wondering, last night, Abrams hit a game-tying 2-run home run. Just a quick update on that. First pitch to Nolan is right in there, called strike one with a 74-mile-an-hour breaking ball, curveball. It'll be an 0-1 count. They say the Nats game is coming next, but I don't know about that. It'll be an 0-1 here. Is outside, ball 1 from Walker. It'll be a 1-1 count. We're just calling some other baseball games as we do this, and we got an extra subscriber. 18 on the day. Thank you so much to whoever subscribed. Thank you very much. I appreciate all subscribers. We're calling some extra baseball here. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. Marsh runs over. He's under it. He'll make an easy catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Middle of the 3rd inning between the Angels. The Phillies will keep getting updates, so thanks to that subscriber. Hop into the chat whenever you want. But thanks for being here. 2 away from 20, as I said I wanted 30 by preseason. If you're wondering, the Nationals play the Phillies soon. They're showing an ad for that. Philadelphia and Nationals. When would that be? That's in mid-August. I don't know why they're advertising for that. So let's go ahead and go to the Mets-Reds game, if anyone's curious. Thanks to 19 subscribers now. Okay. Maybe we can hit 20 before the game starts. 5-2 game, bottom of the 7th here between the Reds and the Mets. The Reds have a lead 5. So now Soto's going to hit for the Mets on a 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss inside, and that's a strikeout. Santillan Leon is pitching for the Reds, and for the Mets, they're hitting. So now it's going to be Pete Alonso in the cleanup spot. He has a knock today. 2 subscribers before the game started. That's great. We're looking good today. Alonso's going to face the Reds pitcher. He's into the line. The first pitch to Alonso. It's a 87-mile-an-hour breaking ball right in there for called strike 1. Alonso 1 for 3. 21 home runs on the season with a 277 average. 897 OPS. 77 RBIs. The pitch to Alonso. Swinging a fly ball foul, and it'll be an 0-2 count. So there's more weather delay, if you're wondering. Still in delay in Nationals Park. Santillan is on the mound for the Reds between the Mets and the Reds. He goes into the line. The pitch to Alonso. Swinging a foul back. And it'll be 0-2 still. He reached out and touched that one. And DeMarcus Hammond. Thank you so much. I've never seen you in chat. DeMarcus Hammond. Subscribed. Appreciate love live. Thank you so much for subscribing, sir. We appreciate all subscribers. We're calling, so the Nats game's in delay right now. Swing and a miss of Alonso, and that'll end the bottom of the 7th inning between New York and Cincinnati. If you're wondering, we are covering other games as we go. We're covering some other games because between the Nats and the Padres is delayed for now. So we're covering some other games. Thanks for subscribing. So, hang out today. We're going to look at some other games here as we wait for the DC game to happen. We're just checking out some other games. The Nats game has not started yet. We're just kind of hanging out. We are still delayed. If you're wondering, we're going to check out. We were looking at Cincinnati and New York. We're going to go ahead and look at the Phillies and the Angels again. They are now in the, I don't know, it's loading right now. But we're just checking out some other games going around the board. Looking at some baseball while we wait. And it looks like I need to log in on this device. So let me just do this real quickly. DeMarcus Hammond, I've never seen you in other chats like PAS or Thomas Fitzpatrick. Oh. So now we're going to check out a different game. If any viewers have any suggestions for a game they want to see, they can put it in the chat and I'll cover it for now. So now we're going to go look at Pittsburgh and White Sox because I want to look at that game. And it's not Skeens on the mound. I was hoping it'd be Skeens. And actually it might be. It's Burrows on the mound for Pirates, but right now the Pirates are hitting facing Gonzalez on the mound. Throw over to try to pick off Brian Reynolds is not in time. Reynolds hitting third in the game. So it's Hauser on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. This is Adrian Hauser on the mound for the White Sox, and it's going to be Miguel Vargas hitting, or not Vargas, Gonzalez hitting for the Pirates. Pitch is low and outside. It'll be a 2-2 count. So now, it's going to be a 2-2 with 2 outs. After this, we're going to go to a quick break, check up on some other games. We're going to take a quick break for ads, and here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball into right field. That's going to be a base hit down the right field line, into the corner. White Sox right field chasing after it. Reynolds heading over to third, and Gonzalez is going for second, and he's going to be gunned out at second base on a nice throw from right field. So that'll gun out Gonzalez trying to get to second. That was Nick Gonzalez. He hit it right down the right field line, headed for second, not very fast. Right fielder gunned him out. And the right fielder for the White Sox is Mike Tauchman. He gunned him out from right field to second baseman Chase Meadroth. So now we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll get an update on the Nationals and Padres. Look at the fact that we have 19 subscribers. This close to 20. We need one more. Thank you to DeMarcus Hammond. He says, appreciate the live. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. We're going to take a quick break here. Be right back with an update on the Nationals, and then we'll be back covering some more baseball. If the Nationals games start, I will tell you, and then we'll be back in just a moment right here on District Nation with Washington Nationals baseball and MLB Round the House, which I probably should start. We'll be back in just a moment. We are back with District Nation Baseball. We were trying to cover the Nats game, but I don't think the Nats want me to cover their game today. Don't know why. Maybe they don't like me. So, we will head and look at some other MLB round-the-house games. We're going to look at the top of the 8th between the Reds and the Mets. So, the hitter just flew out to Soto in right field. That was Hayes who just flew out. The DH. So that'll bring up Gavin Lux. We will go to another quick break after this, but I want to take minimal breaks until the game starts. No update currently. Once again, if they get postponed, we're probably just going to turn this into a talk, but not talk too long. Stanek's on the mound for the Mets. Stanek, he comes set, has his long hair like Thor, as they used to call Syndergaard. First pitch is a ground ball through the hole into right field. Soto will cleanly field the base hit and fire it back in. So that is a base hit for Gavin Lux in right field. So now it's going to be Spencer Steer for the Reds. If you're wondering the game, the tarp is still on the field, so I assume we're going to get some more delay for a little while. If it gets postponed, that'll probably be the end of the stream for tonight. But we're going to do some MLB Round the House for now. Talking some baseball and calling some baseball at the same time. Thanks to everyone who's been here. Here's a pitch to Steer. Swing and a miss. Stanek blows it past him and it'll be an 0-1 count. 99-mile-an-hour fastball, low and inside. It's 0-1. Coming set is Stanek. The pitch to Steer is high, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. So I got this idea from play-by-play with JJ. He does MLB Diamond Zone or something. But round the house for me, so he does it differently. He kind of calls important plays. I'm just going to go inning by inning at each time. I like doing that. The 1-1. Swing and a miss with an 84-mile-an-hour breaking ball. It'll be a 1-2 count. So it'll be a 1-2 here with 1 out. Spencer Steers 2 for 3. 2 singles. Coming set is Stanek. The pitch to Steer is inside, ball 2. They appeal the swing. No! Says first baseman Ron Golba. So it's going to be a 2-2 count with 1 out and a runner on first. After this, we'll go over and check up on a different game, as some of the games are really starting to start. As it's 6:56, we're going to get more games around 7. The pitch from Stanek. Swinging a fly ball. Foul, and it'll stay 2-2. If you're wondering, the Nats game is in delay, so we can't really call that right now, so I'm deciding just to call some baseball, some other games. This is MLB Round the House. Or MLB Around the Horn. I think I'm going to change it to that. Around the Horn. Or Around the League, something like that. It's going to be a 2-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Stanek with the 101-mile-an-hour fastball. Blows it by him for the second out of the inning. Might do some of this tonight. Instead, just call some baseball like this. I'm enjoying this. Just calling some other baseball. If you're wondering, it's some sort of David Wright night in New York. I was listening to PAS's stream earlier today. It's some sort of David Wright celebrational. I don't know why. Never a David Wright fan. The pitch from Stanek. It's called strike 1 on the outside corner. It'll be an 0-1 count. Kind of rooting for the Mets in this situation, to be honest. I don't really care who wins. I'm a Nats fan. Still haven't done a starting lineup for the Nats, so we'll do that and then go to a break. The 0-1. Outside and low, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. So it'll be a 1-1 with 2 outs. Stanek, he comes set. The pitch. Swing and a foul down the right field line and out of play. We'll do 1-2 now. The lights are shining here in New York, as they're not shining in D.C. It's going to be a 1-2. The pitch from Stanek. Swinging a fly ball, shallow center field. Coming in is the center fielder, and he makes a diving catch. What a catch by Jeff McNeil in center field. A diving catch. Amazing in shallow center field. And the Reds do not score at all. They're now going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning on a great diving catch. So now we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with some MLB Around the Horn. Just have to quickly check in on something, and we'll be right back. Right here on District Nation with more baseball. Any game that we want, we will call, as our game is in delay. Welcome back into District Nation. We're covering some Nationals baseball usually, but the Nationals game is in weather delay right now. Not good playing time right now, and they're turning on a Nats Classic game. So, of course, we are covering MLB Around the Horn right here on District Nation. So, we're going to cover some Mets baseball here, as I was just talking to PAS real quickly, but we're going to cover some Mets baseball. One thing, I don't have a great eye on the chat right now, but I'm going to try my best to keep an eye on the chat, because I still want you guys to be able to send messages. So that was a double play now. So it's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th in a 5-2 game. Ashcraft's on the mound for the Reds, and Brett Beatty's going to hit. First pitch to Beatty is high and inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Brett Beatty is 2 for 2 with a solo home run, a single, and a walk. Good day for him. Ashcraft sets the 1-0. Right in there, called strike 1, and it'll be a 1-1 count. So I do have a good eye on the chat now. I'm getting it up right now on my other screen as we are waiting on the Nats to start. Pitch from Ashcraft to Beatty's coming the pitch. Showing a ground ball right at the second baseman, and he'll fire it over to first, and that's a 4-3 ground out, and will retire Brett Beatty. So now we'll go over and check on the White Sox and Pirates. They're in the bottom of the second inning. I do not want sound on. I don't like sound. So we'll go to the Angels and the Phillies. They are 2 outs and bases loaded for the Angels with a 2-1 lead. 2 outs, bases loaded with a 2-1 lead. Top of the 4th inning in this game. Interesting. The live stream is working. We gained 2 subscribers tonight. One of which was DeMarcus Hammond. Thank you to him. DeMarcus Hammond. Thank you to him for subscribing. We're up to 19. We're trying to get to 30 before the preseason starts. And we're going to start covering football more. So, they're not really showing the game right now, which is when I see it now. We're going to go to the game. Bases loaded, and the hitter is going to be Zach Neto with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Taijuan Walker still on the mound. The pitch to Beatty is low and outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. We do have a good eye on the chat now. Getting the live stream up right now. Making sure that I can see everything on here. The pitch from Walker to Neto is outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-0 count. We still on the Be Back in a Moment screen? I do not want to be on this. I'll be on Game Day Play-by-Play. Because we're not in that anymore. The pitch to Neto is low, ball 3, and it'll be a 3-0 count to Zach Neto with the bases loaded. A walk would give them an RBI and a 3-1 lead. So you have to imagine he's taking. So now it's going to be a 3-0 with 2 outs. Taijuan Walker sets. Here's the pitch to Neto. Swinging a line drive into left field. That's going to be a base hit to Marsh. Rounding third. Coming home. He's going to stop. And that'll stop the runner at third. And the bases will stay loaded with 2 outs. 3-1 Angels in the top of the 4th inning. 3-1. Zach Neto put it in the left field past Turner. And then who's on third base right now? Yeah, past the third baseman, Kemp. So you just have to kind of let that one fly because Kemp went running to base. Turner went running, retreating to more his position, so he was away from the ball. So Walker will stay on the mound. I still haven't gotten the starting lineup to you. Need to do that. Here's the pitch to Sean L. Swing a line drive down the right field line, but that one is foul. It did not have home run distance nor being fair, but that was a good knock. So it's going to be an 0-1. Instead of a long double, it's a long foul ball. Sea of red here in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank with the Phillies and the Angels. So it'll be an 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. A 76-mile-an-hour curveball low. It'll be an 0-2 count. This probably will end up being an episode of MLB Around the Horn. The first one being a canceled game. Still in delay. If it goes into postpone, I'll remind you and we'll have a doubleheader tomorrow. Daniel Roberts in the bullpen for the Phillies, if you're wondering. So it'll be an 0-2 with 2 outs and the bases loaded, and that is inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-2. Thanks to everyone who's been here today and the 2 extra subscribers. Putting us at 19, this close to 20. Just one more subscriber and we're at 20. The 1-2. Swinging a line drive into right field, and it's caught by Nick Castellanos on a sliding catch. And now, they'll go to the bottom of the 4th in a 3-1 game. It is 3-1 Angels. They got to run, though. So we will head over to the top of the 9th between the Mets and the Reds. No outs. Davinsky's on the mound for the Mets. And Jake Fraley is going to hit. That is Jake Fraley, right? Yeah, Jake Fraley's hitting for the Reds. Davinsky's on the mound. The 3-2 to Fraley. Swinging a shot at Alonso, and he catches it. 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. So doing some MLB around the horn. We're really going between two games right now. But Baltimore and Tampa Bay just started, as well as Detroit and Texas. So we have two extra games that we can go to now for inning calling. This is different from other people. I'm going to call innings, not just special plays. I wonder if it's going to be a bullpen game if the game ever starts. So now, Davinsky goes to Marte. Swing and a miss. It'll be an 0-1 count. I believe there's only a couple people streaming right now. Not too much baseball going on right now. Davinsky set at the belt. The 0-1 to Marte. Outside ball one. I'm correct. Rhino is streaming some football. Pure Adrenaline is streaming the Mets game that we are calling right now. And play-by-play with JJ is live. He's actually on vacation, and the Phillies content creator is subbing in for him. The 1-1 to Marte. Swing and a miss. It'll be a 1-2 count. That is Novelli Marte. Don't know how to pronounce that name, so I'm going to call him Marte. So it's 1 out and a 1-2 count. Davinsky comes set the 1-2. And that is low and outside ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count. We got a lot of baseball that we can call instead of our Nats game tonight. But that's fine. We have a lot of baseball we can enjoy with some MLB around the horn. The pitch to Marte. Called strike 3. And that will get the second out of the inning. Davinsky hits the low and outside corner with the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up TJ Friedel with 2 outs. So we're going to check the other game schedule as we go, but there's a lot of games going on right now that we can cover. Chat being a little quiet, but we did get 2 new subscribers. One of them used the chat. Thanks to him. Here's the pitch. Inside ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Probably going to have to redo this stream tomorrow with a doubleheader. So it's going to be a 1-0. The pitch to TJ Friedel. Swing a fly ball. Deep right field. Going back is Soto to the track, and he makes the catch on the wall. Soto flips it over the fence after he makes the catch. And now we'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. We're going to stay right here in Mets territory in New York. We'll check up on another game, but I want to see how this ends. We'll quickly go check up on Detroit and Texas, but as soon as we see the game go at the bottom of the 9th, we're going to switch over to that. So Texas is at home facing Detroit. The game just got started. And they're just getting started, top of the first inning. Hitting is the 3-hitter Perez. On the mound for the Rangers is Rocker, the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul. It'll be an 0-1. We are going to go to the Mets as soon as they get to the bottom of the 9th, though. As soon as that clock hits bottom of the 9th, we are going over to that game. I'm excited to see it. It is Wencel Perez hitting for the Tigers. Went out top of the first. Rocker, he comes set. Here's the pitch to Perez. Swinging a ground ball, foul, and it'll be an 0-2. Might just call one of these games, and then we'll do MLB around the horn until the game starts. We'll check up on the game real quickly. And the tarp is coming off the field, ladies and gentlemen. The tarp is coming off the field. The pitch is low, ball 2. It'll be a 2-1. If you're wondering, the tarp is coming off the field, and it looks like we might have a start time, which is great. The Nationals might have a game tonight. So we'll have to give you the starting lineup. Just now, coming set. The 1-2 from Rocker. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball into right field. And it'll go out of play, and we'll do 1-2 again. We're going to have to stop this. The bottom of the 9th is coming. Emilio Pagan. Pahan is going to come on for the Reds here. 40.1 innings, a 2.90 ERA, 31 scoreless outings, and 41 appearances, 20 saves, and 23 tries. A 587 opponent average against him. OPS, not average. They aren't hitting 587. Luis Torrens is going to lead it off for the Mets. And then the top of the lineup will come up in Brandon Nimmo and Francisco Lindor. So it's going to be Torres, Nimmo, Lindor as we start the bottom of the ninth inning in a 5-2 game. Luis Torres, who is 1-for-2, is going to lead it off. Excuse me. Here we go. Pahan comes set. The first pitch to Torres is right in there. Called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. So we are going to get a game tonight, if you're wondering. We're going to get a Nats game tonight. Good way to celebrate our 2 extra subscribers. We're going to get to play. Coming set is Payan, the 0-1. Swinging a line drive into left center field. That's going to be a base hit by the dive of Ellie De La Cruz. Torrens is at first. He takes a wide turn. He's going to have to come back to first. So it's a single in a 3-run game. The Reds have a 3-run lead, but the Mets have a base runner, and the tying run is on deck now. Payan threw that right in there, and Torrens ripped it into left center field. De La Cruz made a diving attempt and missed it. So now there's a runner on first and no outs, and Brandon Nimmo coming up. He's 1-for-4. 262 on the season, 790 OPS. Coming set is Pahan. First pitch to Nimmo is outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. So you're wondering, the tarp did come off the field, so I think we might get a game today. That'll be fun. Tarp's off. They're rolling it back in now. So this is going to be a great day. We're going to get a game. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss at a low pitch. It'll be a 1-1. Very excited for this game because I watched PAS call it. So I'm excited to call it. So now, Torrance took a really wide turn showing the replay. So it's going to be a 1-1. Inside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-1. The tarp is being rolled off in Nationals Park. I think we might have a start time. Fans are start coming into their seats, so we're going to probably start around 7:45 or so. Pahan comes set. The 2-1 to Nimmo. Low and inside, ball 3. It'll be a 3-1 count. Lindor's on deck. Nimmo with a 3-1 count. No outs, runner on first. The tying run is Soto, who is on deck in a 5-2 game. Set is Pahan. Here's the pitch to Nimmo. Right in there, called strike 2. It'll be a full count with no one out. This will probably be, hopefully this is the last around the horn game that we call until the Nats game starts. I'm enjoying calling this game, though. It's now. Pahan set at the belt. He deals to Nimmo. Outside, ball 4. They're going to appeal. No, says third base umpire. Getting up his name. Third base umpire Alex Tosi. Runners on first and second with no one out. Oh, echo came on. No one out. Runners on first and second. And the tying run is up to the plate in the face of Francisco Lindor. Mr. Clutch is up to bat. Lindor had that big home run in the postseason last year. I believe it was in the wild card. He had a big home run in the postseason. He's going to hit from the left side. Pahan set at the belt. The pitch to Lindor is outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. If you're wondering why we're being so dramatic about the Mets game, this is MLB Around the Horn. So we wait for the Nats game, and the people are coming on to get the field ready at Nationals Park. Pahan sets. The 1-0. He sets. The 1-0 to Lindor. Swing and a foul. And it'll be a 1-1. No outs. A 1-1 to Francisco Lindor. Hitting from the left side. So it's like the ground crew is on the field at Nationals Park. They're getting the field ready. We're going to have a game today. We'll check what the first pitch time is. So it'll be a 1-1. The pitch to Lindor. See the line drive foul. And it'll be a 1-2 count. 1-2. Still says they're in delay, but we might get started soon enough. I think we're going to get started sooner than later. Soto on deck for the Mets. The pitch clock winds to 7. Lindor ready to go. Pahan comes set, and Lindor's going to call time in this 1-2 count. This is MLB Around the Horn that you're listening to in substitute for a pregame show today. We're going to get some MLB Around the Horn. I have an eye on the chat, but I'm looking at the Nats broadcast right now as well as this Mets game. So it's going to be a 1-2 count, no outs. The pitch to Lindor. Outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2, no outs. Runners on first and second. Sam Mole is in the bullpen for the Reds. He's a lefty, so I assume he's going to come in to face Soto. Pahan throwing from the right side. The 2-2 to Lindor. Swinging a ground ball, foul, and we'll keep it at 2-2. So it looks like the field is, many fans are starting to pour to their seats, especially in the outfield seats. In right field, you're getting a lot of people coming in, some behind the plate. Edwin Diaz in the bullpen for the Mets, in case they can score a few runs. Here we go. It's going to be runners on first and second with no one out. Pahan comes set. He's going to face Lindor. Here comes the 2-2. Low ball 3. It'll be a 3-2 count. 3-2. No outs. There's a Nats Classic game on, but it's from 2005. Looks like the grounds crew is really doing work on the field. So it's going to be a 3-2. Mets and Reds. Here comes the pitch to Lindor. Swing the line driving to the first baseman. He fires it over second. Cruz over to first. Not in time. So there's runners on first and third with one out, and Juan Soto will come up. That was a ground ball right at the first baseman, a chopper. And that was Friedel at first. Spencer Steer at first. He fired it over to short. Ellie on the bag, and he fired it to first, not in time. Lindor beats it. And now Torrens is on third. Nimmo is out at second. But Lindor's on first. Torrens on third. And Juan Soto is going to hit now. 6 for 28 with runners in scoring position with set in the 7th inning or later. 465 average last season. Pretty good. 465 with runners in scoring position. 214 this season with runners in scoring position. Let's hope we can get some update on the game for our team's game. Or if you're just a baseball fan and you're enjoying some baseball. Maybe you're a Mets fan and I'm enjoying me doing this. Alonso is on deck. Looks like you have some actual players on the field now, especially pitchers. One out. First pitch to Soto is low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. I'm enjoying watching this game. We have a couple people in the stream right now. Thanks for stopping by. And if you're wondering that we are going to play, the field is getting ready for the Nats game, so we are going to get to play. Some players are warming up. And we're calling the Mets-Reds game. The 1-0 to Soto. Swinging a fly ball, and it'll be a 1-on-1-1 as he fouled it off. So we're just doing some MLB around the horn right now, calling some other games that are going on until we get our game going. Then I'll switch over to that. I'll get you your starting lineup if you're scoring, and maybe if you just want to hear the starting lineup. Soto, career against Emilio Pahan, is 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 RBIs, if you're wondering. So it'll be a 1-1. Here's the pitch to Soto. Low ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count. We've been streaming for 51 minutes. We've gained 2 subscribers, and we haven't even thrown 1 pitch. That's interesting. It's going to be a 2-1 with 1 out. Runners on the corners. 5-2 Reds. Here comes the 2-2 to Soto. Low ball 3. It'll be a 3-1 count. It's going to be a 3-1. Also, if you know anybody who isn't subscribed to the channel, send them the link. We are 1 subscriber away from 20 subscribers. Please subscribe. Get us to number 20 and get us. The goal is 30 before preseason when we start covering Commanders. Soto calls time in a 3-1 count. A big moment for him. Looks like the field, they are getting it ready. So, we're going to have a game today. And I think the rain is pretty much over in the D.C. area. I'm near it, so I can check it out if needed. So now it'll be a 3-1. The pitch to Soto. Called strike 2. It'll be a full count now. With 1 out and runners on the corners. 19 subs. Let's get us to 20. Come on. 1 subscriber. 1 subscriber and we're at 20 now. Stop. hassling you until tomorrow's broadcast when we cover the Sunday game between San Diego and Nationals. So now it'll be a 3-2. And the catcher called time, so the pitch was delivered, but there was a time called, so we'll do 3-2. Again, it's a full count, runners on the corners, 5-2 game. Reds have the lead with Juan Soto up and 1 out. If you're wondering, PAS is covering this game, but you're hearing it here, so don't go. Don't change that dial. And I think I'm not on the Be Right Back screen. We might have to move it to that when I go check the weather, make sure we're good over there. So we're going to do 3-2 again. 1 out. 3-2 count. Soto steps back in. I'm trying to also get the starting time. Can't find that anywhere. So it'll be a full count, 1 out. Pahan set at the belt. Here is the pitch to Soto. Swing and a foul, and it'll be a full count again. 3-2 again. And if you're wondering, the rain is over until 10 p.m. It's cloudy now, and then at 8 p.m. it'll go sunny. Then 8:30 is sunset, 9 p.m. it's going to be cloudy, and then 10 p.m. there's a chance of thunder. Hopefully we don't get that. Hopefully we get a full game. The 3-2. Swing a fly ball! Deep right field! And it's foul! Soto got all of that one. And there's some Reds fans who are pointing to it going foul. But I thought it was gone. Soto pulled it down the right field line. And it went maybe 5 feet at most over the foul pole. Looks like there is a small chance of precipitation throughout the entire night. David Wright thought it was gone. They're showing him because it's his retirement night. Everyone thought that was gone. But it's going to be a 3-2 again with 1 out. I think they might be... I don't know what they're challenging. Umpire review. I don't know what they're reviewing. That was clearly foul. I don't know what you're reviewing on that. I just want to see it again. Yeah, that's foul. And it looks like I got a notification from MLB. And it looks like the Nats game is going to happen. I just got the about to start notification. Let's see what our first pitch time is. It says it's 6:45 still, but I'll check on the Nats website. I am rooting for the Mets in this game because I'm a Soto fan. But I don't know. So, it'll be a 3-2 again with 1 out. Thanks to everyone who's been here tonight before the game even started. So, bottom of the ninth, 1 out, full count, runners on the corners. Anything here would make Soto have a game. Any base hit, anything. It's going to be a 3-2. The pitch. Ball 4! They'll appeal on the swing, and they said he went. They said Soto went on that. Soto took a check swing. Everyone in the stadium knew it was a walk, except for the third base umpire. They appeal, and that's a strikeout swinging. So it's 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. We'll take another look at it. That did not look like he went. I think he got it back. Besides, it's 5-2. I think he didn't go. I think in this situation, he didn't go. Not even in this situation. In general. And if you're wondering, Pete Alonso's now up 34 for 102 with runners in scoring position. That's exactly 333, 10 home runs. 2 outs. The pitch to Alonso. Swinging and a foul. Straight back. It'll be an 0-1 count. So now, it'll be an 0-1 count. OBS is running really well. We're having a good stream tonight. So now it'll be an 0-1 with 2 outs. The pitch to Alonso. Inside ball 1. For Saturday, July 19th, the game will start at approximately 7:50. Thank you for your patience. We're going to get a game in about 25 minutes. The sun's already going down. So now it'll be a 1-1 count. Paw hand sets. I told you guys I wanted to call this inning. It's worth the 1-1 to Alonso. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. Going back is the right fielder, and he will make the catch at the track. That'll end the game. So the Reds win this one 5-2. And now we have a start time at Nationals Park, 7:50. So now that means we're going to take a quick break. 5-2 win for the Reds, but we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get started with the starting lineups, look a little closer at our matchup, maybe look at a different game. But we'll be back in just a moment right here on District Nation with a little more baseball. We're going to have our team play tonight. The district team is going to play in just a moment. In about 20 minutes, we're going to get first pitch right here on District Nation. So we are back on District Nation with some Washington Nationals baseball. We're about 20 minutes from first pitch. They've given us a new time at approximately 7:50 on the Nationals website. So we're going to get some baseball here. So finally, I've been wanting to do this since about 6:30. So it's been an hour. I'm doing what I've said I've done for about an hour. It is time for your starting lineups and batting order. For the San Diego Padres, leading off in right field will be Fernando Tatis Jr. Batting second at first base, Luis Ariz. The DH, Manny Machado. Machado's hitting third. Gavin Sheets is hitting fourth. Sheets, the left fielder. Xander Bogaerts is playing shortstop. He's hitting fifth as well. Jackson Merrill hitting sixth. He's in center field. Jose Iglesias, the former Met. He's hitting seventh. He's playing third base. Batting eighth is the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. And batting ninth is the former Astro, Martin Maldonado. Hitting ninth, Maldonado was on the Astros back in 19. Out on the mound for the San Diego Padres is going to be Yu Darvish. His record is 0-1 on the season over 2 games with a 6.48 ERA. Once again, that's Tatis Jr., Ariz, Machado, Sheets, Bogaerts, Merrill, Iglesias, Cronenworth, Maldonado, with Yu Darvish on the mound. For the Washington Nationals, leading off is going to be the shortstop, C.J. Abrams. Batting second is the left fielder, James Wood. Batting third at second baseman is going to be Luis Garcia Jr. Josh Bell's being the DH today. He's hitting fourth. Nathaniel Lowe is hitting fifth and playing first base. Batting sixth at third base, the rookie Brady House. Batting seventh, the right fielder Dalen Lyle. Batting eighth, the catcher, and the backup catcher is going to be it's going to be Drew Millis, the catcher and batting eighth. And batting ninth, the center fielder Jacob Young. Once again, forgot Parker's on the mound. He's 5-10 with a 5.12 ERA. Once again, that is Abrams, Wood, Garcia Jr., Bell, Lowe, House, Lyle, Millis, and Young with Parker on the mound. That's your starting lineups and batting order for tonight's game. just a moment. We're going to pull up one more thing. But that's your starting lineups. We're going to start at 7:50. As I said, we're going to get the first pitch then. Hopefully, the Nats broadcast will get started. I'm going to be a little late, just so you know. I am behind the ESPN screen. Just no spoilers in the chat. That's my only rule. And you all know this, but no spoilers. Just don't mean. Let's be respectful Nats fans. Let's not talk trash to any Padres fans who comes through. If anyone comes through, they subscribe. They're a subscriber. That means they're a baseball fan. One last thing. We're going to get going with one last thing. I can't find it. Your umpires for today's game. Eric Buckus is behind the plate. Brian O'Nora is at first base. Mike Estabrook is at second base. And your third base umpire is Laz Diaz. The San Diego Padres are 53-44, 546 win percentage. They are 4.5 games behind first place. The first place team's the Dodgers. The Washington Nationals are 38-59 with a .392 record. They are 17 games out of first place. The last 5 they have lost. Hopefully they can break that losing streak at home for their second game of a 3-game series here from Nationals Park. The game is soon to get started. Players are on the field. My echo thing keeps turning on my microphone, but now we're going to get going in just a moment here from Nationals Park. But the broadcasters, they're getting started soon, and we have our play-by-play broadcast right here on District Nation on YouTube, only on YouTube, always on YouTube. As you know, we'll be covering some Commanders football in the fall, as well as Wizards basketball in the winter, if you're wondering. Since we have some time, I thought we could look at those teams' schedules. If you're wondering, let's start with the Commanders, because we talked about some basketball last stream when I talked about the All-Star game. We didn't talk about football too much. I really decided that I wanted to start calling football a little while ago, so I mean, it was a last-minute choice, but first game August 8th against the New England Patriots. Tune in to some football. You can listen live. So the first game, we'll look at preseason. First, they're going to be at the Patriots on Friday, August 8th for week 1 in the preseason. Week 2 in the preseason is on Monday the 18th at 8 p.m., It's against the Bengals, and Week 3 is going to be a Saturday game, so I'll be able to call it at 12 p.m. on the 23rd, and it's going to be against the Baltimore Ravens for their second home game. Their opening matchup is going to be against the New York Giants at 1 p.m. on Sunday, the 7th. We'll just look at some notable games here. They play the Chiefs on October 27th. They play the Lions again on November 9th. And funny, they have a Christmas Day game this year. 1 p.m. Eastern Time against the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't think I'm going to call that game. It's Christmas. I mean, I do what I love, but I think I might take a break on Christmas. So we're going to take a break here real quickly for just a few minutes. I'll be back in just a moment. We will be back before the first pitch. But just for now, we're going to take a moment. I'll be right back right here on District Nation. Washington Nationals baseball right here on District Nation. We're getting started in about 10 minutes. We're live. Thanks to everyone joining us tonight for a nice baseball game. We gained 2 subscribers last night, today. Very proud of that. So we get ready for the Nationals game today. I'm going to get the lineups up on here. I think this would help. But I'm trying to get this scoreboard thing to work, but not on OBS, but on the general thing. But it looks like everything in OBS is working right. I downloaded Stream Elements and Chat Ninja so I can see the chat messages. And looked like the field is getting ready. We are moments away from first pitch. We got our starting lineups in. Eli Willits is at the game tonight. We gained 2 subscribers tonight. We're very proud of that. We'll look at some other streams. We'll do some MLB Around the Horn and schedule and MLB Around the Horn. Play-by-play with JJ is live. Rhino is live. Those are only 2 big streamers we know that are live. And since we have a moment and the game is not started yet, why don't we go call a game? We're going to go ahead and call some Boston Red Sox and Chicago Cubs. And it's on Fox on MLB, but I can still watch it, surprisingly. Didn't know I could. So it's going to be a 1-1 with 2 outs in the top of the second. Imanaga's on the mound. Pitch. Imanaga is on the mound with 2 outs and a 1-2 count. Runner on first. It's a 2-0 Chicago lead. Toro is hitting for the Red Sox. This is just a little MLB Around the Horn before the game starts. The pitch from Imanaga. Inside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count. They're live in Chicago. The All-Star break is ending. Everyone is getting into their games. They're doing night games here before the game went out. But we'll still be able to get this pitch from Imanaga. He sets the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Foul. We have 19 subs. So close to 20. I really want 20. Let's get to 20. Let's get to 20 tonight. Someone subscribe. Get some fun out of it. I know we can hit it tonight too. Imanaga. The pitch is a ball. So it'll be a 2-2. I didn't catch that, sorry. So T-Fitz is not live tonight. So you can't stream. It's another foul ball and it'll be another 2-2. Distracted. I cannot see stuff. It'll be a 2-2 with 2 outs on the top of the second. Runner on first. Imanaga, he comes set. The 2-2 to Abraham Toro. Swinging a line drive into center field. That's going to fall for a base hit in front of Pete Crow Armstrong. Yoshida will stop at second. And now, Toro has a base hit and will bring up Connor Wong. I don't know why people like Wong so much. Everyone loves Connor Wong. I love him too. He had 0 home runs this season, surprisingly. Just so you know. About 8 minutes away from first pitch. They're doing the national anthem at Nationals Park as I'm checking in. Wong only hitting 149. So now, here's the pitch to Wong. Sorry, I stuttered. Imanaga sets the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul. It'll be an 0-1. Really enjoy MLB TV. I can just go through games, and this is what's making MLB Around the Horn possible. The Nats game is starting in just a moment. They're about to do the starting lineups, I believe. And then we're going to get some baseball. Imanaga sets on the left side of the rubber. The lefty deals the 0-1. Swing a fly ball! And that's not going to get out of the ballpark. I thought it was farther. That'll be an easy catch for Kyle Tucker. That'll end the inning and will end our MLB Around the Horn for the day. I really enjoyed MLB Around the Horn, just calling some games. We are going to exit MLB Around the Horn. We'll take a look. We called Philadelphia against the Angels. We looked at Pirates and the White Sox. We called a bit of the Chicago Cubs and Boston Red Sox. But the game we covered the most was Cincinnati and New York. We'll take an update. at all the scores to quickly end our MLB Around the Horn broadcast. It was really fun, but we got a Nats game to cover. In just a few moments, the Nationals will start playing, so we're going to get a quick look at some of the scores, and then we're going to get ready for the game because we are starting soon. The Angels and the Phillies are in the top of the 6th inning. It is still 3-2 where we left off when we were covering it. In the top of the 5th inning, the Pirates are beating the White Sox 3-0. Baltimore Orioles are beating the Rays 2-0. It's in Tampa Bay. The Detroit Tigers currently trail the Texas Rangers 3-0. And then the Athletics in Cleveland are tied at 0 in the top of the 3rd. The Yankees and Braves are scoreless in the top of the 3rd as well. Arizona is beating... Wait, who are they beating? I can't tell. This is being really annoying to me. Arizona is beating St. Louis. There's 2 games on MLB on Fox right now. I don't know how they... 2, because they have St. Louis on Fox as well against Arizona. Arizona's beating them 3-0. And then those are all the games that are going on right now. And now we'll look at some of the games that are starting tonight. Minnesota and Colorado start at 8:10. The Dodgers and the Brewers start at 9:10. At 9:40, it's the Mariners and the Astros. Those are all the games. And of course, the final 6-3, Toronto beat the Giants. Mets lost to the Reds 5-2. Of course, we saw that. And the Marlins beat the Kansas City Royals 3-1. That'll end our pregame show / MLB Around the Horn as the Nats game is getting started any moment now. Looking at the field, we're getting started. They're doing the BetMGM starting lineups right now. I don't know why I said BetMGM. I'm not sponsored. I would like to be sponsored. That'd be cool. But we're getting going in just a moment. So that'll end our whole fun activities of MLB Around the Horn. Excited to do more of it. We're just checking up on some of the streams. I was surprised that Fitzy is not streaming tonight. He had stuff to do, but when I have stuff to do, I just don't schedule a stream because then people aren't disappointed when I'm not there. But let's look at our stream schedule. Tomorrow we have the 3rd game of the 3-game series between the Padres and the Nationals, and then we cover game 1 and 3 of the Red Series. And then we will cover the entire Twin Series. I just scheduled one just now. I only wanted to schedule one. I'll check my schedule again. Then, of course, on August 8th, our final scheduled stream is Commanders and Patriots in New England. So we have some good games coming up. More games in between then. August 8th, there's a game that day for baseball, and I'm not covering it because it's at 10:15. I'd rather cover Commanders because it's once a week. We're going to cover the football game. Unless it's a big World Series game, I will choose the football game, just so you know, because it's once a week. But there's decisions that be made game time. So we are done with MLB Around the Horn. I'm excited to do more of it. I might do streams where I'm dedicated to doing MLB Around the Horn for an hour or two. Just doing some MLB Around the Horn, starting whenever games start. And that game is almost ready to go. The umpires are having a meeting right now. We already got that staff going. Tatis Jr. will lead it off for the Padres, and then Luis Ariz, and then Manny Machado will hit. Those are your 1, 2, and 3 for the Padres. Mitchell Parker is going to face against them. I think since we started so late tonight, about an hour late, because it was a 6:45 schedule, and 7:50 is our start now, I think you're going to see a bullpen game. Just letting you know now. We're going to get started in just a moment. Massen's working with me right now. We're going to get a game tonight, which is really surprising because there's rain coming at 10. So let's go quick. Let's get this game in quick. Score about 10 runs in the first inning. Let's get a Nats game today. Looks like the umpires are taking their positions on the field, and the Nationals are going to get ready to run out. They're doing the hype video right now. I need to do this quickly so we can get a Nats game today. We have done our starting lineups. We're ready for the 7:50 start time. We are ready for the game time weather. I think we are ready for that. We are ready with the starting pitchers in our scorebook. We have the starting lineups up. We're ready for some Nationals baseball right here on District Nation. Only on YouTube is this broadcast. And we're getting ready to go right here on District Nation. Hype video still going. Fans are starting to come into their seats. There's a good crowd tonight. So we're getting ready to go. As you know, the screen will be ahead of me. We talked about this already. Just make sure you don't spoil it. I'm not going to be looking at this thing. Actually, this. So I won't be looking at that. I'm going to be looking at Chat Ninja for the chat messages. That's basically all. But don't spoil the game. That's really the only rule. Don't be mean. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Can't get this to move. So we're getting started in just a moment. And looks like ESPN says the game is starting. And now the game is starting at Nationals Park. The stream is ahead of me. So let's get going with some baseball. 82 degrees is going to be our first pitch. Weather, 82 and cloudy. That's going to be your game time weather. We're going to get a game almost a little over an hour late. And our time is going to be 7:50. We'll check, make sure when the first pitch comes in. I believe it's going to be 7:50. We're going to get started. We're right on time. Here we go. Mitchell Parker is warming up for the Nationals. The Nationals are wearing their City Connect uniforms, and we have a few viewers. Thanks for tuning in tonight, everybody. Be sure to put hey in the chat. Make sure you hear it, or just silently listen. Everyone's appreciated live on District Nation. So, the Padres are getting ready to go. Tatis Jr. is going to lead it off for the Padres. Arise is going to come in after him. Machado hitting third. Parker is going to warm up. Mitchell Parker, 19 starts this season with a 5-10 record, a 5.12 ERA, 102 innings pitched, a 1.42 WHIP, 263 average against him. His K rate is 15%, walk rate 9%. He's given up 13 home runs. We're going to get started in just a moment. It's game time. We are finally getting an inning game in, almost an hour late. We're ready for some Nationals baseball. Here we go. Pitch arsenal for Mitchell Parker. He's going to throw his fastball 55% of the time. He's going to work in his curveball with 22% of the time, the splitter at 13% of the time, and 7% of the time he'll throw a slider. 4 pitches, he's going to attack you. Parker, the lefty, steps onto the rubber. He's going to face Fernando Tatis Jr., the righty. Here we go. Parker brings his hands above his head into the windup. Here's the first pitch of the game. Right in there, called strike one. It is a 0-1 count, and we are underway with pitch number 1 to Fernando Tatis Jr., who's hitting .268, 16 home runs, 42 RBIs, and 811 OPS. Parker goes right back into the wind. The 0-1 pitch. So, going to fly ball deep left center field, way back onto the track, and Jacob Young makes a sliding catch. What a catch by Jacob Young to begin this rain-delayed game. I personally thought that was gone. That was hit really hard into the left center gap. Tatis crushed it, but Jacob Young had other plans for that ball. Makes a sliding catch in front of James Wood, the left fielder. Young, the center fielder, makes a nice sliding catch onto his knees, and that's the first out of the game. So it's going to be Luis Arise now. So that's going to start the game. First pitch was at 7:50 p.m. Parker into the wind. The pitch to the lefty Arise. That's a curveball right in there, called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. .282 average for Arise with 5 home runs, 35 RBIs. 708 OPS, a low stance. The 0-1 from Parker. High and inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. Let's hit 20 subscribers now. I know we can do it. Parker brings his hands above his head. It's going to be a 1-1 delivery into the wind. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball down the left field line. It'll be a 1-2 count. So it's 2 strikes with 1 out. Manny Machado, the designated hitter, is on deck. Parker brings his hand above his head. Right back into the wind. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2. So it'll be a 2-2. Parker into the wind, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Right past Luis Ariz. First strikeout for Mitchell Parker in the top of the first inning. So it's 2 outs, and Manny Machado is going to come up. I think we can get to 20 tonight. I know we can get to 20 subscribers tonight. Parker into the wind. And that's outside ball 3. Actually, that was a foul by Ariz. I thought that was a strikeout. That was a foul ball in reality. Didn't realize that was a foul. So, erase your scorebook. I'm sorry about that. It'll be a 3-2. Parker, wearing number 70, goes in the wind, the 3-2. Swinging a line drive right at the second baseman Garcia. He'll play it on a hop, throw it over to low at first, and that is a 4-3 ground out for Luis Ariz for the second out of the inning. So it's 2 outs, and it's going to be Manny Machado. 19 subs tonight. It'd be nice to hit a few more before we go to preseason. Parker brings his hands above his head. First pitch to evil Manny Machado. Here's the first pitch to him. Inside ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Into the wind, the 1-0 from Parker. Swing and a foul down the left field line. It'll be a 1-1 count. So now, it'll be a 1-1 with 2 outs. Manny Machado up to the plate. The pitch. Swing and a foul back. And it'll be a 1-2 count. I like that I can do this with my screen, bringing up chat messages. So watch this. So I'm going to test this real quickly. So we're going to send a message in between innings. I'll show you what I can do. So it'll be 1-2, 2 outs. In the top of the first. Parker into the wind. The 1-2. That is a curveball or slider inside. It'll be a 2-2 count. It was nice seeing a subscriber today. Always fun to see a new subscriber. And we gained 2 before the game even started, so hopefully we can get some more. Parker, hands over the head. It'll be a 2-2 count now. Into the wind. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul down the left field line, and we'll do 2-2 again. San Diego is second in the NLS right now. We mentioned that. They're behind the Dodgers by 4.5 games. The Nationals are in dead last in the NL East. They're 17 games behind. Parker goes into his normal ritual. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Shallow center field. Young is under it. He stands, and he makes an easy catch to end the top of the first inning. So the Padres get no runs, no hits. No runners left on, so now it's Padres 0, Nationals coming up. So we go to the bottom of the first next. So let me show you what I can do with my chat thing. Let's just send, don't forget to like and subscribe because we need those. So we're just doing this to test. So we're going to say everyone should like and subscribe for Great Baseball. And we can send the message. You can also send a reaction here, get those parties in there. So we can show this. What we can do is bring it up so you can see it on screen, which I really like. Yeah, everyone should like and subscribe for Great Baseball. You could see your chat messages come up. So send a chat message. I'll give you a shout out. I'll read your message on the screen. If you send a message, anything, say what you think, make a notion on the game. I don't care. Say something in the game. And I will bring it up on the screen. We'll enjoy the baseball content together. We started streaming 87 minutes ago, if you're wondering. So it's going to be Abrams for the Nationals as we go to the bottom of the first inning. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. The sun is slowly coming down in Nationals Park. It's always cool to see Nationals Park with the lights all the way down. Love seeing that. Abrams is the shortstop. He's leading it off. Then it's going to be James Wood and then Luis Garcia Jr., the second baseman. That's your 1, 2, 3. Your all-star Wood hitting second. It's going to be Garcia Jr. hitting third. Darvish only has 2 starts this season with an 0-1 record, a 6.48. He has his long delivery with the stint in his windup. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Swinging a chopper right back to the pitcher. Hey, Darvish is going to have to field it offhand. He came off the mound to field it, but he ends up recovering and firing it over to first. And that's a 3-1 ground out, or a 1-3 ground out, for the first out of the inning. As you know, we do this usually, but we'll check out other games during the broadcast today. So now it's going to be the All-Star, James Wood, coming up for the Nationals. First pitch to Wood from Darvish, the righty, is low and inside, ball 1. Darvish has like a million pitches that he can use. Surprised that he threw a first pitch fastball. He throws basically every pitch on earth. If you name a pitch, he probably throws it. 1-0 from Darvish to Wood. Swing and a miss. It'll be a 1-1 with 1 out. Wood swung through that. 276 with 24 home runs, 69 RBIs on a 909 OPS. His hitting stats are falling just a little bit. He's in a little bit of a slump. It'll be a 1-run from Darvish to Wood. That is outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count. 276 hitting Wood. Wood, the 6'7" lefty, facing a not as tall Yu Darvish. The 2-1 to Wood is a outside, ball 3. It'll be a 3-1 count. So it'll be 3-1. He's 3 for 32 over his last 9 games. Only 1 extra base hit. 17 strikeouts. So it'll be 3-1. He desperately needs a hit. He is due. The 3-1. Swinging in a line drive fouled on the left field line and out of play. I think it's the basketball jersey giveaway today. I believe that's what... Yeah, it's the basketball jersey giveaway. That's cool. So it's going to be a 3-2 with no outs. Darvish, he comes set. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Wood. That is a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and that's the first strikeout for Darvish. It's looking... And James Wood is now 3 for 33 in his last 9 games. It's not good for Wood. I think something big is going to come from him today offensively. I just think it's going to happen. He is due. So it's going to be Luis Garcia Jr. hitting in the 3-hole. 2 outs. Here's the first pitch from Darvish. So in a ground ball foul down the right field line. It'll be a 1 count. Oh, 1 with 2 outs to the 259 hitting Luis Garcia Jr. with 7 bombs. The 0-1 from Darvish is low and inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. Two outs. Darvish set. He brings his hands up. He has his long stretch when he pitches to a hitter with no runs on base. The 1-1 is low, ball 2. It'll be a 2-1. Two outs. They're shifted on Garcia. The 2-1 from Darvish to Garcia. Swinging a fly ball. This one will stay on the infield. Second baseman Cronenworth calls for it, and he makes an easy catch. So that'll end the inning on the 4th flyout. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for both pitchers now. As we go to the top of the second, it is 0-0, no hits for the Nationals, and we'll go 0-0 to the top of the second. As we do, we'll take a look at a different game. Don't know which game we'll choose, but we're going to get some update on a different game. We were looking at the Red Sox, but we'll take a look at whatever game is on my screen, and it is going to be the Boston Red Sox and Chicago Cubs. Brian Bellows on the mound for the Red Sox as Seiya Suzuki hits with 1 out. With 1 out, bottom of the third. Bellow, the first pitch. That's a cutter right in there. It'll be an 0-1 count. Bellow sets. Here is the 0-1 to Suzuki. That's a swing and a foul. It'll be an 0-2 count. OBS looks good. Chat Ninja's working. Bellow has Suzuki on an 0-2 count. So it's going to be 0-2 with 1 out. Suzuki calls his time, steps back in. If you're wondering, P. Crow Armstrong is hitting 4th. I thought he'd be the leadoff hitter, to be honest. Bellow set. Sets to the belt. Here comes the 0-2 to Suzuki. Swinging a fly ball. That'll be to the outfield, and that's a fly out for Suzuki. And the Nationals game is back on, so we'll go right back to this in the top of the second inning. So now it's going to be Gavin Sheets to lead it off for the Padres. He's the left fielder, and then it's going to be the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, and the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. Parker is going to go right back into the wind. First pitch to Gavin Sheets is right in there, called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. So it's 0-1. Gavin Sheets hitting cleanup in this night game, not even evening game, and we'll restart it at night with this 7:50 start. Parker into the line, the 0-1, swinging a fly ball into foul territory. Wood chasing after, and that'll go out of play. It'll be an 0-2 count. If you're wondering, Eli Willis is being interviewed by Masson right now. If you didn't know, first overall pick in the 2025 MLB draft. We talked about him during our pregame show before we did MLB Around the Horn. Parker steps back onto the rubber. He goes into the wind. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a chopper right at the second baseman, Garcia. He'll fire this one over to first, and that's the first out of the inning. And Gavin Sheets is retired. So now it's going to be the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. And on deck is Jackson Merrill, the center fielder. If you're wondering for stuff to do during the day when I'm not calling games, I might start doing some Around the Horns as pregame shows start maybe 20-30 minutes earlier than usual. Just have some fun with it like that. First pitch from Parker is inside, ball 1 to Xander Bogaerts, who showed bunt and took it back. Yeah, MLB is about 2 pitches ahead of me. ESPN's 1 or 2. Bogaerts to our 68 with 5 home runs. Parker goes into the wind. Here's the 0-1 to Bogaerts. That's a curveball up. It'll be a 1-1 count, or a 2-0 count. Excuse me. 2-0, 1 out. Parker has a mustache. I like the Parker mustache that he has. He's had that since he was a rookie last year. Then I think he went clean shaven during Father's Day, and that was it. The 2-0. That is inside, ball 3. It'll be a 3-0 count. If you don't remember, Parker was called up last year on Jackie Robinson Day. Struck out Mookie Betts in his first big league at-bat that he took. Parker brings his hands over his head. He gets ready. He goes back into the line. The 3-0. And that's a fastball right in there. Called strike 1. It'll be a 3-1 count. Parker goes into the wind. The 3-1 to Bogaerts. Swinging a fly ball. Deep left center field. Going back is Young to the track. And he makes the catch a step onto the track for the second out of the inning. So fly out to center field is the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Jackson Merrill, the center fielder, with 2 outs. Behind him is Jose Iglesias. Jose Iglesias has an interesting story we'll talk about when he comes up to bat. But it's going to be the lefty Merrill facing the lefty Parker on the mound. Into the wind. The first pitch from Parker is outside, ball one. It'll be a 1-0 count. We'll go to the bottom of the second after this. It's a 0-0 game. Parker goes back into the wind. The 1-0. Swinging a fly ball. Medium size to center field. Young going back to the track. And he makes the catch on the track. He's had 4 catches in today's game. 2 in just the second inning and 2 back in the first inning. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. No hits for either team as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And it's going to be Bell leading it off for the Nationals in the bottom of the second inning. We will be back in just a moment right here on District Nation. We are back. Now the bottom of the second is starting. And Josh Bell will hit for the Nationals. Of all the teams he has played for, he has not played for the Padres. Actually, he has. Can't believe I said that. Bell played for the Padres back in 2022. If you don't remember, he was in that trade with the Nationals. I feel like I talk about that August 2nd, 2022 trade every day. Darvish is going to do his long stretch. The pitch to Bell is outside, ball one. It'll be a 1-0 count. Darvish set. He goes and he does his stint, the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball. Medium deep center field. Going back is the center fielder Merrill, and he'll make the catch. A few steps in front of the wall for the first out of the inning. Bell got a hold of that one, but he couldn't do really much with it. So now it's going to be Nathaniel Lowe, the first baseman, with a 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Darvish sets. His long pitch comes. The pitch to Lowe is right in there, called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. Lowe was on the World Series winning team back in 2023 for the Rangers. If you're wondering about that. Having said is Darvish. He goes to the plate to Lowe. And that is in the dirt, ball one. It'll be a 1-1 count. We have 3 likes on the stream now. Nice to see people are joining in. Enjoying baseball with us tonight. In this night game that was supposed to start earlier, but we started an hour late. The 1-1 to Lowe. Swing and a miss. On a curveball low, and it'll be a 1-2 count. That was a low to low. So it'll be a 1-2. So it'll be 1-2 with 1 out. The pitch to Nathaniel Lowe. Swinging a fly ball. Right center field. Chasing after his Merrill, and he'll make the catch. Pretty deep into the gap, so that's a second out of the inning. Another fly out to center field. A lot of fly outs to center field for both teams. So right now on the camera, they're showing the Willits suite right now with the Willits family. Everybody inside. It's nice to see Eli Willits. He got picked. Put in a lot of work to get here. So now it's going to be Brady House to hit for the Nationals with 2 outs. Darvish sets the first pitch to House, the righty. Swing and a miss at a 72-mile-an-hour curveball low. It'll be an 0-1 count. House 258 with 2 home runs. They were both against the Brewers last week in that series. The 0-1 to House is low and outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. House, a big righty, a top prospect for many years now. He was a first-round draft pick. The 1-1 from Darvish. Swinging a line drive to left field. That's going to fall for a base hit in front of the left fielder for the Padres, who is Sheets, and that's a base hit for Brady House with 2 outs, and the Nationals have a base runner. So Brady House, the young guy, who himself was a first-round draft pick, was not first overall, gets a hit in front of the first overall pick. So that's going to bring up Dalen Lyle, another young righty, or young lefty, came up this year. A lot of guys in the lineup who've been up have been up just this year. You had Hassel come up this year. Lyle, House. Here's the pitch from Darvish. It is high and outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Lyle is 226, 2 home runs with 8 RBIs and a 613 OPS. Isn't in an offensive slump, it's just he's facing big league pitching now. He's getting adjusted. He's doing well. He had those 2 home runs that were absolute bombs. Darvish going faster to the plate now. The 1-0 is low, ball 2. It'll be a 2-0 count. 2-0 count with a runner on first and 2 outs. I know the ESPN is ahead of me. I don't want to check that. I want to be able to just call it, not knowing what's going to happen. Darvish sets. Here comes the 2-0 to Lyle. Swinging a line drive down the right field line. That's going to fall for a base hit to the wall. Off the wall. Tatis has to play it off the wall. House goes to third. Lyle slides in a second. He is safe with a sliding double. An extra base hit for Lyle. House is on third. Lyle on second. 2 outs. And 2 runners in scoring position now off the Dalen Lyle double. So that'll bring up the catcher, Drew Millis, the backup catcher. Cabert Ruiz down with a concussion. He was down earlier, but they sent him back down. I think it was concern for it. But now there's runners on second and third. Tatis played it off the wall, fired it to second. House didn't have the best jump, but he hustled around second. He wasn't going as hard, but when he went to third, he really started. Should have started fast the first time. So it's going to be Millis. The first pitch is outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0. Mills hitting 200 in his limited at-bats. No home runs with an RBI, 573 OPS in his limited times up. He has an open stance, hands out high, facing Darvish. The 1-0 to Millis. Swing and a miss at a 74-mile-an-hour curveball in the dirt. So it'll be a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Darvish coming set. He's only had 2 starts this season. He's 0-1. Here's the pitch to Millis. Swing! And that's going to drop for a base hit into right center field into the gap. House scores. Lyle coming around third. He will score. And a single makes the game 2-0. Drew Millis, whose uniform spelled wrong, but he has a base hit into right center field and drives in 2-0 Nationals. On the fly ball, bloop base hit into right center field. House scored easily. Lyle held up. Millis thought about going to second but stopped. And I'm just noticing now, on the back of his uniform, it has 2 L's. Don't know why. Maybe it's because it is spelled with 2 L's, but I spelled it with 1 in my scorebook. I'm going to check on MLB.com, but I believe it's spelled with only 1. But on his uniform, it's spelled with 2. I guess Drew Millis has 2 L's. Never noticed. Now it's going to be Jacob Young, who's hitting 244. Darvish sets. Here's the first pitch to Jacob Young. And that Millis goes, and he's in there on the ball low, and Millis stole second on that. On the first pitch, it was low and inside, and Jacob Young took off and stole second out of it. So it's a 2-out stolen base. Keeps hitting with a runner on second now. Millis doing it all. Stolen base. 2 RBIs. He's doing it well in the 8-hole. Darvish sets. It's the 1-0 to Young. Swing and a miss. On the inside fastball, or inside changeup, it'll be a 1-1 count. It's a 2-0 game now. So 1-1. The scoreboard keeps changing, adding a 1 to each box. It's only really 1-1, but I believe, at least, I only noticed 1-1. It'll be a 1-1 to Young. Swing and a foul down the left field line. It'll be a 1-2 now, as the scoreboard said previously. It's a 2-0 game after Millis hit that bloop hit into the gap. I don't think it's bloop. He really got a good piece of it. And now he's on second after he stole the base. So a runner on second with 2 outs. Young, the righty, facing Darvish, a fellow righty, with Millis leading off from second. Here's the pitch to Young. That is low and outside ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count. It's nice to see the Nationals wearing their City Connect uniforms today. They're kind of an interesting color blue. I don't know how to describe it. Not subscribe, but do subscribe. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball right at the third baseman, and he will fire it over to first, and it beats Jacob Young to first. So a 5-3 ground out ends the inning. But the Nationals do not go without scoring 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave a man, and we go to the top of the third. It is 2-0 Nationals now, as we go to the top of the third inning. The Nationals put a 2 in the bottom of the second, and Parker's going to go out with a lead now. Score was House hit a single, and then Lyle hit a double to right field, and then Drew Millis hit a ball in right center field that scored both of them, and it's 2-0 now. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and we're only headed into the top of the third inning. This is going to be a late stream tonight. Enjoy the late night games. So we're going to go to the top of the third here, after the Nationals get 2 on the board. It's going to be Jose Iglesias for the Padres, the former Met. Iglesias with the Mets was signed late. Didn't think that he had a career in baseball, really. He made a song. He wrote music. He went ahead and did that. Interesting that he chose that, of all things. Don't know why. Good choice on his part. He's a pretty good singer, and then he ended up posting it, making it his walk-up song, and that fueled the Mets to a good postseason run, going all the way to the NLCS, eventually losing to the Dodgers. Not a good way to lose, but I mean, if you're going to lose to a team, why not lose to the best team of the league? Still at 19 subscribers. Hopefully we can get to 20 tonight. Let's try to get to 20. That's the goal. Then we can get to 30 before week 1 of preseason. That's the only goal we have. We've had a few viewers throughout the night. We've had 22 views throughout the night. Wow. First pitch from Parker to Iglesias is right in there, called strike 1. Didn't know he had so many. I thought we'd have like 5 at most. So it's going to be an 0-1 count. Parker brings his hands over his head, gets ready to go into the wind. The 0-1 pitch from Parker. Soon a line drive down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit fair. Lyle chases after it into the corner. He has to bounce off the wall. Iglesias will jog in a second. And there goes the no-hitter for Parker here in the top of the third inning. Didn't think that no-hitter would carry long enough. But that was a double down the line for Jose Iglesias. So now there's no outs and a runner on second. So there's Iglesias on second, not too fast, and that'll bring up Jake Cronenworth. Nationals wearing their nice, this is so annoying. They're sitting in neck uniforms. I really like them more than the others. Parker coming set. He brings his hands up. The lefty facing Cronenworth, a fellow lefty. The pitch. That is inside ball one. It'll be a 1-0 count. So it'll be a 1-0. The pitch. That is ball two low. It'll be a 2-0 count. We have 23 views now. Pretty good. Liking that we're getting these views tonight. We had 300 now with the All-Star game a few nights ago. We have 300 total views on it. Pretty good. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a foul. It'll be a 2-1. So it'll be a 2-1 now. Parker coming set. Here's the pitch to Cronenworth. Swing and a miss at a slider in the dirt. It'll be a 2-2 count. So it's going to be a 2-2. Coming set is Parker. Sort of been gone. I was just checking something. Now be focused on the game. It'll be a 2-2 count. The pitch. That is high ball 3. It'll be a 3-2 to Cronenworth, who is hitting 243. Thanks to everyone who's been here. We've had 23 views throughout the night, and we're in the top of the third. Parker getting ready, and he comes set. 3-2 pitch to Cronenworth. Swinging a fly ball. Sends Young back a bit, and he'll make the catch. And he's going to fire to third. Iglesias is going. The throw in is not in time. Iglesias will tag up on the fly out from Cronenworth. And there's one out. And a runner on third now. Hopefully Parker can hold this 2-run lead he has, only giving up 1 run, hopefully. So runner on third, and Martin Maldonado is up. Not known for his offensiveness, Maldonado. With the Astros, he was not known either. He's 178 average. He's a righty facing Parker the lefty. Parker sets the pitch. Right in there, called strike one with a 78-mile-an-hour curveball. It'll be an 0-1 count. So it'll be an 0-1 with no outs. Parker comes set. He gets ready to deliver the 0-1, the pitch. Swinging and a fly ball foul hit off a high fastball. So it'll be an 0-2 now. To Maldonado with a 1 out. We have 24 views throughout the day now. We gained an extra view. Thanks to everybody. We gained a couple likes throughout the night. We have 3 on the stream. Martin Maldonado, 178 with 4 home runs. Hopefully Parker can hold him to not drive in Iglesias. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul back and out of play, so we'll do 0-2 again. So it's going to be 0-2 with 1 out. After Maldonado is at the top of the lineup. Parker comes set. Here comes the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball. Deep left center field. Young going back to the track, to the wall. He almost catches it. Goes off the wall, off of his glove. And now the throw in will get Maldonado to second, and it's a 2-1 game. We'll check how MLB scores it, but I think they're going to give him a hit. Young went back off to the wall, tried to make the catch. They're going to give him a double. So Young went back, trying to make the catch, jumped up into the wall, and then he missed the ball. So he got it. It was barely in his glove at one point. It popped out as he hit the wall, and Wood grabbed it and luckily held Maldonado at second. So with 1 out, it's a 2-1 game now. So that does count as a double. Now it's going to be Tatis. First pitch to Tatis is a curveball right in there at 79 miles an hour. Called strike. Only 2-1 still. The Nationals still hold the lead here in the top of the third. Tatis is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. Coming set is Parker. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back, and it'll be 0-2. So it's going to be 0-2 to Tatis. Parker coming set. 1 out, Maldonado at second. Here's the pitch to Tatis. Called strike 3, right in there on the inside corner. First strikeout for the game for Parker is a looking strikeout. So it's 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Right in there with the called strike 3. And it's 2 outs. And a runner on second here in the top of the third inning. Maldonado is not fast, and they're going to face Luis Ariz with a runner on second. Ariz is 0 for 1 with a ground out to second base. Lefty on lefty matchup. Parker sets. Here's the pitch to Ariz. Inside ball 1 with the curveball, 1-0 count. In between innings, we'll check out some NBA Summer League scores. I know the Wizards play today. They played today. They already finished those at 3:30. We'll check out some of the other ones. We'll also check up on some other leagues. The 1-0. Swinging a line drive into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Young chasing after it. He's going to not have any time to throw out Maldonado, and this game is tied. Young charged in to grab it. Lyle as well, but Young got to it, and Luis Ariz drives in a run in the top of the third inning, and this game is tied now. On that bloop hit into right center field, that's an RBI knock for Luis Ariz. Maldonado scores from second. It's a 2-2 game here in the top of the third inning. Well, the Nationals have good offense tonight. Garcia Jr. jumped up to try to catch it. It's like 2 feet over his glove. So it's 2 outs, and Parker is going to face Manny Machado, who probably got booed. Didn't listen, but he probably did after that grand slam last night. Parker sets. The pitch to Machado. Swing and a foul down the right field line and out of play. So to be an 0-1 count. Really close to 20 subs. I think we can get it tonight. I'll send it to someone. I'm trying to get someone to subscribe. We can get 20. I believe we can get it. So it's going to be an 0-1 with 2 outs. Parker sets. The pitch to Machado. Swinging a ground ball right at the third baseman, and he'll fire it over to second for the fielder's choice, and he will get a rise out. So now we'll head to the bottom of the third inning, but the Padres get 2 on the board. The fielder's choice ground out is 5-4 if you're scoring. That ends the inning, but the Padres get 2. So we're going to go to the bottom of the third in a tied game here. After the 3-hit inning and 2 runs, they leave a man as we go to the bottom of the third inning. We'll take a look at some NBA scores if you're wondering. Might as well, we have some time. Just looking at the NBA Summer League semifinal, the Hornets beat the Thunder 109-80. That's a big win. We'll do some around the horn probably tomorrow before the game. Yeah, NBA Summer League. Then we'll also look at some football. We'll look at CFL and European League of Football. Always love looking at that stuff. So today's scores, we'll look at the games that are going on right now and the ones coming tonight. But for now, the Hornets beat the Thunder 109-80. The Rockets beat the Timberwolves 104-101. The Kings beat the Raptors 98-88. And the the Wizards beat the Knicks 94-85. Good job to the Wizards. They're going to finish the Summer League at 2-3. We'll get ready for their official season to start when we start calling some Wizards basketball. The Trailblazers and Suns will start at 9:30. In the first quarter, the Pistons are beating the Spurs 14-6, and the Warriors are beating the Cavs 34-31 in the second quarter. So we go to the bottom of the third now. Yu Darvish will face C.J. Abrams start at the bottom of the third. The pitch, and that is a curveball right in there with a 72 mile an hour. That was inside and low, I believe, but it's an 0-1. So now it'd be an 0-1 count here. There's the pitch to Abrams. That is low, ball one in the dirt with a 87 mile an hour splitter. It'll be a 1-1 count. It'll be a 1-1 count to CJ. 0 for 1 with a ground out. 286, 13 home runs. 35 runs knocked in. Darvish sets, hands held pretty high. The 1-1 to pitch. That is high and outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count. The bottom of the third. It's really nighttime now from Washington, D.C., if you're wondering. The lights are on in the stadium. It is tied 2-2 game after that two-run inning for the Padres in the top of the third. The pitch to Abrams. That is a curveball right in there, and it'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2, no outs. So it's going to be a 2-2. Darvish comes set. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Swinging a ground ball out of the shift down the left field line. They were shifted on him completely. Abrams will hustle into second, and he has a double down the left field line for his first hit of the game here in the bottom of the third inning. 21st double on the season. And the Nationals are in business here in the bottom of the third with no outs. Abrams kind of chopped one down the line that probably should have been a ground out, but they were shifted on him. So now there's a runner on second with no one out. So that's going to bring up James Wood, who struck out in his first at-bat. Darvish comes set. Here's the first pitch to James Wood. And that is a called strike one on the low and outside corner. It'll be an 0-1 count. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 3 for his last 33. He could use a hit here with a runner on second. Only one extra base hit over that streak. Darvish sets the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. Tracking over is the left fielder. He will make the catch. Abrams will not go to third. So Wood hit that one down the left field line. That was fair. And that's a fly out. So that's the first out of the inning with Abrams on second. We'll take a break in between the third and the fourth inning. Need to go grab something, and then we'll continue the broadcast. 24 views on the day. Had a couple people in the chat, including my messages, and D. Marcus Hammond. He came to the chat. Here's the pitch to Garcia. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. This one will go foul and out of play. It'll be an 0-1 count. Wondering if you guys like the mic. I got this for podcasting last year, and I enjoy using it, so I use it for play-by-play broadcasts. I called some other games that I never posted, but I have. I like using this mic. It'll be an 0-1 to Garcia, the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, shallow center field, and an amazing catch. Wait, did he catch it, though? And he didn't! It dropped. Did it drop? It didn't. They might challenge this. Garcia looks like he flew out. They're going to say he flew out. We'll check the replay. And it looks like the center fielder, Merrill, made the catch, so that is a double play. It's a 9-4 double play in the air. So that'll end the third inning. They get one hit. They don't leave anybody with that double play. So it is still 2-2 as we go to the top of the fourth inning. We're going to take a quick break here, and I'll be back with the top of the fourth for more play-by-play. We'll be back on District Nation. So we are back with The top of the fourth inning coming in just a moment. There's still an ad break. Thanks to all the 24 views that we've gotten tonight. Thanks to everybody. We are appreciative of everybody who joins the stream at any point in time. We're only on YouTube. And it still says be back in a moment. We will change that to game day play-by-play. So we'll come back with the top of the fourth inning here. It's going to be Gavin Sheets to lead it off. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. Reminder, we will be live tomorrow with Game 3 of this 3-game series. It'll be an afternoon game, so more people could possibly join. Parker goes right back into the wind. The first pitch to Sheets is right in there, called strike one. Thought that was low, but I'll take the call. Take the call there, and it's going to be an 0-1 count in this 2-2 game. Into the wind. The pitch to Sheets. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Dalen Lyle will be there, and he will make the catch for the first out of the inning. It's a fly out to right field for the first out of the inning. And now it's going to bring up Xander Bogaerts. Xander Bogaerts is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. I feel like that's everybody, to be honest. Everyone keeps flying out to center. Can they choose someone else to pick on besides Jacob Young? It's annoying when you pick on that same guy. Parker into the wind. First pitch to Bogaerts is low, ball one. It'll be a 1-0 count. So it's 2-2 here in the top of the fourth. Parker into the wind. The 1-0 pitch to Bogaerts. And that is high, ball two, and it'll be a 2-0 count. Coming up on a long stream today. Already 2 hours and 12 minutes as we're only in the top of the fourth. Parker into the wind. The 2-0 to Bogaerts is a curveball right in there, and it'll be a 2-1 count. The stadium is completely dark now with the lights on around them. Parker into the wind. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Medium deep out to left. James Wood walks over. He gets under it and makes an easy catch for the second out of the inning. So there's a fly out to right by Sheets and now a fly out to left by Bogaerts. And that'll bring up Jackson Merrow, who flew out to center. So now up to 25 views on the day. Thank you to everybody. I like when everybody joins, and be silent or you can be in the chat. Anyone's appreciated. So now, it'll be Jackson Merrill, the center fielder. Parker facing a lefty. The wind, the first pitch. That is outside, ball one. So it'll be a 1-0 count. Parker. He steps back onto the rubber, brings his hands over his head. Into the wind. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a fly ball. This one will get out to the outfield again. James Wood will get under it. He'll make an easy catch for the third out of the inning. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mitchell Parker here in the fourth inning. And now we'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning after a scoreless top of the fourth. It's still Nationals 2, Padres 2. So we head to the bottom of the fourth. Leading off the bottom of the fourth will be Josh Bell, then Nathaniel Lowe, and then Brady House. House has a knock. 6, 7, and 8 have a knock. Just if you're wondering, we'll check out any other scores. I'm thinking of other sports that we can check out. I believe that the CFL might have had a game today, but I don't know. If you're wondering, Little League World Series is starting soon. I don't think I'm going to call the Little League World Series. 6-inning games, that's not worth it. I don't really want to call it. I'm going to watch it on my own time, and there's baseball in that time. I might call it a Little League Classic, between two MLB teams, I might call that. That'd be fun to call. We might go ahead and look at some scores, and it looks like Philly is now leading the Angels 7-5. So that's going on. Chicago is beating Boston 3-0. Arizona is beating St. Louis 9-0. I think Rhino is still streaming. Play-by-play with JJ, he's not in, so his friend is filling in for him. It looks like Rhino is live right now. Looks like he has 80 people watching. As we're getting ready to head to the bottom of the fourth inning, it's going to be Josh Bell to lead it off against Yu Darvish. First pitch from Darvish is hit down the line, foul. It'll be an 0-1. Josh Bell hits it down the line. So it'll be 0-1. This will be 0-1. Darvish comes set. With no runners on, he does have a longer pitch. The pitch. Swinging another foul. Bell reached out and tapped it. It'll be an 0-2. So it's going to be an 0-2 with no outs. Darvish sets. He wiggles, and then he goes to 0-2. Swinging another foul back, and we'll do 0-2 again. So it's going to be 0-2. Darvish coming set. It's going to be an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch to Bell. That is low, ball one. It'll be a 1-2 count. Bell has been offensively productive in his return to the Nationals as he hits in the 4-hole today, behind Luis Garcia Jr. Pitch to Bell. Swinging a ground ball right at the first baseman. He will field it. He'll flip it up to Darvish covering and get the running Bell for a 3-1 ground out for the first out of the inning. So now coming up is going to be the first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe. And then on deck, the third baseman, Brady House. Yu Darvish is a 5-time All-Star, and he's the age of 38. 13 seasons he's pitched with the Rangers, the Dodgers, the Cubs, the Padres, 294 games started, 110 wins, 2,014 strikeouts. And Darvish coming set to face Nathaniel Lowe, lefty. Here's the pitch from Darvish, and that is way outside, ball one. It'll be a 1-0 count. We're about to finish up 4 innings here from Nationals Park on District Nation in a night game. Coming set is Darvish. The pitch to Lowe. That is a called strike one on the outside corner, and it'll be a 1-1 count. It'll be a 1-1. Lowe calls time and steps out. So we'll do 1-1 again. Love these City Connect uniforms. Really like them. They're a good design for the Nationals, especially there in D.C. It's the shape of the Metro. You can look up a picture of them. It looks really nice. So Darvish comes set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right at the shortstop, and he fields it on a slide, Bargarts, and he fires it over to first, and that's an out. So and that was Iglesias, actually. Iglesias, the third baseman, was over there. Fielded it nicely and fired it over to first, so that's a 5-3 ground out for the second out of the inning. Good play by Iglesias. So it's going to be 2 outs and Brady House coming up. Brady House is 1-for-1 with a knock. He scored on the Drew Millis single. Yu Darvish is happy about that play. So it's going to be House. Darvish sets. Here's the pitch to House. Swing and a foul off the net. It'll be an 0-1 count. .265 average for House. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Darvish coming set. Here's the 0-1 to House. That is low and outside, ball one. It'll be a 1-1 count. Still 19 subscribers on the day. 2 gained today. Hopefully we can get to 20. We're going for 30 before preseason starts in August. August 8th is the first match. The 1-1. Swing, going to fly ball down the right field line. That'll go foul, and we'll do a 1-2. So it'll be a 1-2 here with 2 outs. Darvish sets. Here comes the 1-2 to Brady House. That is high and inside, ball 2. So it's going to be a 2-2 count. So it'll be a 2-2, 2 outs. The pitch to House. Swinging a ground ball, and it's going to be right at the third baseman, Iglesias. Hey, we'll fire it over to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Yu Darvish in the bottom of the 4th inning. So 3 ground outs send us into the 5th inning in a 2-2 game. As we go to the top of the 5th, it's 2-0, or 2-2. Nationals got 2 runs back in the bottom of the 2nd. The Padres got him in the top of the 3rd. The national schedule. We've talked about the stream schedule, but we'll bring it up again. So we haven't talked about it since the 1st inning. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, and if you're wondering, the Dixon Way is live. I like listening to the Dixon Way every so often. He's a Braves fan, so if you're into Braves, go subscribe to him. Go check him out after this game or during an ad break. So now we'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Parker's probably going to stay in. If you enjoyed the All-Star broadcast, you can keep watching us. We do Nationals content. We're going to do also Wizards and Commanders in a month or so when the Commanders come back, and then we'll be covering the Wizards as well. So tomorrow we'll have a stream between the Padres and the Nationals. Again, it'll be an afternoon game. The first afternoon game that I've called, actually. And then you have the Red Series. We're calling 2 of 3 of those games. We're calling Monday and Wednesday. There's a chance I call Tuesday, but it's probably not going to happen. Then we're going to call all 3 games of the Twin Series because it's a weekend. All the weekend games, even during the year, I should be able to call all 3. Unless we're on Sunday Night Baseball. And then we have Houston, a 3-game series. We'll be able to call a couple of those. And now we head home to play Milwaukee again. We played Milwaukee a couple weeks ago. When we're there, we've played them 3 weeks ago, but we played them recently, got swept by them. It is really dark in D.C. in Nationals Park. You can see the Willits family sitting in their suite. You can also see they're showing a cameraman sitting out in section 400. Pitch to Iglesias is a curveball right in there. It'll be an 0-1 count. He's 1 for 1 with a double. He was a run that scored for the Padres back in the top of the 5th inning. Parker goes into the wind. The 0-1 to Iglesias. Swinging a line drive. Caught, but no, it's not. It goes into the gap. Lyle will chase after it, and Iglesias has a single in the top of the 5th inning. Multi-hit game for Iglesias now. I thought Garcia might have nabbed that, but he didn't. So that's a base hit for Iglesias, and he's on first, and it's going to be Jake Cronenworth. It's going to be Cronenworth who flew out, advancing Iglesias to 3rd back in the 2nd or the 3rd, which caused the 2-run inning when he was on 3rd. Cronenworth is .242 average, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and an 82-mile-an-hour slider. It'll be an 0-1 count. Thinking of doing a minor league game at some point. I don't know why, but I want to do a minor league game at some point. Like Rochester Red Wings. See some of the talent down there. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a ground ball fouled on the right field line. It'll be an 0-2 count. I just want to call like a Rochester Red Wings game see the prospects, see the talent, show those guys who are doubting the talent that we have, showing them a few of the players down there, like Robert Hassel III's down there. Travis Sikora will be up there soon enough. Same with Harleen Susana. They're down at AA. The AA team might be more talented, actually. Parker, come set. Here's the 0-2. That is a ball just outside. It'll be a 1-2 count now. I think if we had ABS system, that'd be called strike 3. So it'll be a 1-2 here. Iglesias is on first. Cronenworth up to bat. Coming set is Parker. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging another foul down the right field line. We'll do 1-2 again. So now Parker leans down, gets his signal. He gets it and he comes set. He wears number 70 on the mound, the lefty. The hitter, Cronenworth, the pitch. Check swing, they'll appeal. They say he went. Yes, sir. A strikeout for Mitchell. Parker swinging. The second strikeout for Parker on the day. First one was looking. This one is swinging as it was a check swing, and they appealed. Yes, said the third base umpire. So that's a first out of the inning. So now it's going to be Martin Maldonado, who had an RBI double back in the third. First pitch from Parker is high, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. 1-0 with 1 out. So it'll be 1-0 with 1 out. Parker comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is a called strike 1 right in there, and it'll be a 1-1 count with 1 out. Maldonado, 1 for 1. He had an RBI. He's 185 now with 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. Parker sets. Here's the 1-1. That is low, ball 2, and inside it'll be a 2-1 count. So it'll be 2-1 with 1 out and a runner on first. The runner is Iglesias, not too fast, but he did score back in the third. He and Maldonado were the runs that made this game 2-2. Parker steps off and wipes off the rubber. It'll be a 2-1 delivery now. He resets the clock. The lefty facing Maldonado, the righty. A career average for Maldonado of 203 with 119 home runs and 383 runs batted in. Played for the Astros during that 2019 World Series the Nationals won. The 2-1 is swung on. Hit in the air to shallow left field. Abrams going out. He will be under it to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So it's going to be a fly out to Abrams for the second out. And the hitter is going to be Fernando Tatis Jr., who's 0 for 2 coming up here the top of the 5th inning with 2 outs. Take a quick break between this inning and the bottom of the 5th. Tatis is 266, 16 home runs, 42 RBIs. He's an open stance. He's a big hitter, an all-star. We covered him. Parker sets. The pitch to Tatis is swung on, fouled down the right field line. It'll be an 0-1. It's a night game from DC. Always love calling DC night games. So much fun. I'll be able to call another one on Monday and the afternoon game on Sunday. Just fun to watch Nationals baseball. Parker comes set. It'll be an 0-1. That is inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. I realized I voice cracked last inning. I think during the 4th inning I voice cracked. That was interesting. I just popped into my head again. So it'll be a 1-1 with 2 outs. Iglesias leading away from second. Parker checks him as he comes set. The pitch. Check swing. They'll appeal. No, says first base umpire Brian O'Nora. Looking at it, he did not go. He got it back enough. I think it's when you're even with your body. That's what I think it is. So he didn't get even to his body, so it's going to be another 2-1. Parker sets. Here's the 2-1. That is inside, ball 3 and low. It'll be a 3-1 count. Wanted to call 3 of these games, but I had stuff to do yesterday. So I haven't been able to call a 3-game series yet. Tatis will call time in this 3-1 count. He's wearing stirrup pants. He's a right fielder. Used to be a shortstop, but converted to playing right field. He's a good right fielder, defensively and offensively extremely productive. The 3-1 is low and outside, ball 4. Yep. So that's a walk for Fernando Tatis Jr. with 2 outs, sending Iglesias to second, and it's going to be Luis Ariz. So now runners on first and second, and it's going to be Luis Ariz, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI. He had a single back in the third that drove in Maldonado. Parker sets. Here's the first pitch to Ariz. 93-mile-an-hour fastball right in there. So it's going to be an 0-1 count. Parker sets. Checks up on the runner. And then he goes. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. Foul. And it'll be an 0-2. Ariz wearing the number 4. I like using Chat Ninja. This really helps when I can bring messages up on the screen and show them. No messages right now. 2 hours and 30 minutes now as we approach the bottom of the 5th inning. We're still in the top of the 5th. 4 likes on the stream. We had a 3 earlier, but now we have 4. Thank you to everyone who's liked. It'll be an 0-2 the pitch. So in a ground ball, through into left field. Wood will grab it. And that's going to keep Iglesias at third. It was shallow and Wood got to it quickly, so that the bases are loaded with 2 outs. That base hit probably should have scored Iglesias, but he's not very fast. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs after Ariz with that hit through the hole, and Wood got to it quickly. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And Manny Machado up to bat. We all remember what Machado did last night when the bases were loaded. So it's going to be Iglesias on third, Tatis on second, and Ariz on first. Parker is going to have to face Manny Machado. Millis is going to come out and talk to him real quickly. And a big situation here with possibly the Padres' best hitter up to bat, and the Nationals are battling him with Mitchell Parker. And if you know, Brad Lord has been announced as the 5th starter, if you were wondering. So he can't come out of the bullpen here. You're going to have to go probably to Rutledge or Lord if Parker can't get out of this. But he has 71 pitches, so he should be able to stretch it to the 6th. Hopefully, he can get into the 6th inning and keep this right where it is. Keep it at a 2-2 game. Put Ferrer in the 7th inning and get someone else in the 8th inning, or the other way around. Now, here's the pitch. Swing and a foul straight back, and it'll be an 0-1 count. If you're wondering, football's starting soon. But Rhino covers other football besides just the NFL. He covers the USFL, XFL. He also covers other leagues in the CFL right now. Here's the 0-1. That is in the dirt, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. Rising Rhino covers a lot of football. He covers some basketball, but I think he's more into football. That's different about me. I'm really into baseball. Like, baseball's my sport. I will cover some basketball. The tier list is baseball, basketball, football for me, but basketball and football are close. Parker sets the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at the slider low, and it'll be a 1-2 pitch. It would be amazing if Parker could get this out of this inning. Come on, Parker. So it's going to be a 1-2 with 2 outs. Parker coming set. He says the belt, brings his hands up. The 1-2. Swing and a miss at the slider low. Mitchell Parker gets out of a bases loaded, stranded situation. Great job by Mitchell Parker, grabbing 2 strikeouts in the inning after walking a guy and giving up 2 hits. He leaves them loaded. 2 hits. 3 runners left on. We're going to take a break here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We will be back with the bottom of the 5th, broadcasted on District Nation. First pitch from Darvish to Lyle is fouled back. It'll be an 0-1 count. We'll switch over to the game day play-by-play screen. 27 views on the day. Thank you so much for everyone who's been here. Dan Lyle's 1 for 1. The 0-1 to Lyle is outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. Excuse me, I'm doing something as I do this, so it'll be a 1-1. I'll call each pitch. Then I'll be back in just a second. Here's the pitch to Lyle, and that one is low, ball 2. It'll be a 2-1. Here's the pitch to Lyle. That is outside, ball 3. It's 3-1, and we'll be back fully now. Between Nationals and Padres, live on District Nation live stream. Thanks to everyone who's been here. Up to 28 views. Hey, so it'll be a 3-1 now. The pitch from Darvish is low, ball 4. And Dalen Lyle draws a walk here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And there's a runner on. Big walk. So now it's going to be Drew Millis. After that rally back in the 2nd inning between House, Lyle, and Millis. Hopefully Millis can do what he did, putting a ball in the gap and scoring 2 runs. So it's going to be Millis. He's 1 for 1. He also stole a base after a single. Here's the pitch from Darvish. That is low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Sitting 273 now with 3 RBIs. He got 2 today. So a lot of his offense has come from just this game. So it'll be a 1-0. Coming set is Darvish. It'll be a 1-0 the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right at the first baseman, and he will go to the bag himself. So that's a 3 unassisted. That'll move Lyle to second with 1 out. That'll bring up Jacob Young. I can't really see Young bunting here because there's 1 out, and you'd send a guy over to third and then make it 2 outs, though. So hopefully, I think that was a hit and run. Millis just stuck his hands out and hit it down the first base line. So it arrives at first. So it's going to be Jacob Young. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Darvish only has 62 pitches. Sets. He's rushed by the clock. He goes to Young. That is low and outside, ball 1 with the 86-mile-an-hour slider. It'll be a 1-0 count. Thanks to everyone who's been here. We got 28 views now. Looking good. I just checked out Rhinos. He's covering for ball, of course. Darvish sets. Here's the 1-0. Outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-0 count. They're shifted on Young with it just a little bit towards the right or to the left. First baseman in normal position. That is inside, ball 3. It'll be a 3-0 count with 1 out. 3-0, 1 out. Darvish showing signs of fatigue already at 63 pitches. Being a little sporadic. 29 views, thanks to everybody who's here. Darvish sets the 3-0 pitch. Is right in there with an 84-mile-an-hour slider. It'll be a 3-1. So we got. Thanks to everyone who's been here tonight. Throughout the stream, we're just calling some National baseball here. So it'll be a 3-1. The pitch to Young. Swinging a line drive up the middle. Caught! Into center field. That's a base hit. Lyle will go to third. Young will stay at first. I thought that the second baseman, Cronenworth, would have nabbed it. But he didn't. It got past him, and it goes into center field. Young's on first. Lyle at third with just 1 out. Runners on the corners in this tied game. Lyle had to hold and wait, and he just kind of jogged into third. And now there's runners on the corners with 1 out. I think there might be a mound visit here. I believe there is one going on. Yeah, they were going to get a mound visit here. The pitching coach is going to come out, talk to Darvish. Two viewers, thank you so much to whoever's here. Having a good group here. Put some in the chat, say hello. Looks like Peralta is in the bullpen for the Padres now. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The umpire's going to come and break up this mound visit. And now it's going to be 1 out with runners on the corners. Bottom of the 5th inning. Hello to anyone who's here tonight. And it's going to be C.J. Abrams, who's 1 for 2 with a double. He's hitting .288, 13 home runs, 35 runs batted in. They could use some Abrams magic here with runners on the corners. They just showed Darvish's pitch arsenal. He has like 9 pitches. He is a very variety-filled pitcher. The pitch to Abrams. Swing a ground ball right at the second baseman. He'll flip it up to first. It's a 4-3 ground out. But Dalen Lyle scores on the play. The Washington Nationals will take a 3-2 lead. So we're going to check the rule here. I just want to check it on MLB.com. Do you give Abrams an RBI there? So you do give him an RBI. So Abrams will get an RBI on that, and it's a 3-2 game on the 4-3 ground out. So Young is up to second, and Lyle scores, so it's a 3-2 game. And James Wood up. James Wood is definitely due. I've been saying it all day. Darvish will turn around, fake the pick off to second. 3 people in. Thank you to everybody who is here tonight. 274 average from Wood has been falling a little bit each game. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss at a low splitter. It'll be an 0-1 count. So it'll be an 0-1 here. The pitch to Wood. That is low and inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count now. We're at 30 views on the day. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream tonight. We got some Nationals baseball, or if you're for the opposing team, we have some Padres baseball here. Either team. Darvish sets. Here is the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball right at the second baseman, Cronenworth. He ranges over and fires it over to first. Arise gets a good pick out of the dirt. The echo sound is so annoying, and that's a 4-3 ground out. But the Nationals get right back onto the board. It's 3-2. They get 1 knock. They get a run. They go 1 run, 1 knock. They leave a man. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, it's 3-2 Nationals. And now we'll take a look at some other scores in the MLB world right now. The White Sox are beating the Pirates 10-4. The Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Orioles are winning 2-1. The Athletics are beating the Guardians 5-2. The Rangers are beating the Tigers 4-0. And Chicago is beating the Red Sox 4-0. The Diamondbacks are beating the Cardinals 9-1. Braves are beating the Yankees 7-3. Minnesota is shutting out the Rockies 3-0. And the Brewers and the Dodgers just got started. They are 0-0 here in the middle of first. And at 9:40 p.m., you're going to get the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners. Since we have some time, we'll go ahead and check out the Rays and Orioles game. Since we have a hot minute here in this middle of the inning, we've got 32 views on the day. Thank you to everybody who's here for being silent, or you're just enjoying baseball. We'll check up on the 5-2 game. Does not look like it wants to work for me, so we'll check out a different game. We'll check out the... How about we look at Red Sox and Cubs? It's an ad break, so we'll just go back to the Nats game. Wanted to call this game, but we're going to go back to our Nats in this 3-2 lead for them. Mitchell Parker's stat line of 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts as he heads into the 6th inning of work. 32 views on the day. Looking pretty good. A few people watching now. Thanks for stopping by. Here's the wind, the pitch to Sheets. Right in there, called strike one with a slider. 0 for 2. 261 average, 14 home runs, 50 ribbies. Parker into the wind. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging a chopper right back to Parker. He will fire it over to first, and that is a 1-3 ground out for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 6th inning. Both pitchers were not too high pitch counts, and Luis Garcia is going to warm up for the Washington Nationals. Maybe he'll take the 7th. I think Ferrer could take the 8th, and Finnegan to take the 9th. Nationals have a lead here, 3-2. Bogarts is 0 for 2. He's going to stand in behind Sheets. Parker into the wind. The first pitch is a ball inside, and it'll be a 1-0 count. We're coming up on 3 hours on this stream. But loving just calling some baseball here. Enjoying the game. Hope everyone is enjoying the game as well. Parker into the wind. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging and a foul down the left field line and out of play. So it'll be a 1-1 count. 19 subscribers. One more subscriber and we're at 20. We only need 10 going into the preseason, which is in about 3 weeks. Here's the 1-1 from Parker. Swinging and a fly ball down the right field line, and that is foul. It'll be a 1-2. Yeah. About 3 weeks away is preseason. We want to be at 30 subscribers at that point. I think it's very doable goal, and I want to see us at that. Parker checks back into his wind-up, hands over the head like usual. He goes in the wind. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at the 86-mile-an-hour slider in the top of the zone. K number 4 for Parker. So that's a second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Jackson Merrill. Merrill's a center fielder. He is 0 for 2. Parker steps back right onto the rubber. Merrill, a little center fielder. Parker into the wind, facing the lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch is a grounder right at the second baseman, Garcia, and he will fire it over to first, and that's a 4-3 ground out to end the 1-2-3 inning for Mitchell Parker. He's through 6 innings, and he's given up 2 runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning in this 3-2 game. 35 views on the day, another voice crack. You stop doing that. We'll take a quick break here, come back for the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back right here on District Nation with more baseball in the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning here. And the Padres are going to go to the bullpen first. Matsui is going to come in for Darvish. We'll check again. If you're wondering, that is... his name is Yuki Matsui. He's taking the mound, 39 games with a 5.05 ERA, 35.2 innings with a 1.43 whip. We'll get Darvish's line finalized in just a second. Matsui is a lefty facing Luis Garcia Jr. First pitch to Garcia Jr. is in the dirt, ball one. He's facing the 3-hitter for this Nationals team. Matsui comes set at the belt. He brings it up and deals, and that is ball 2 in the dirt again. Both the pitchers have walked the same amount of guys and won. Darvish only had 1 strikeout, which is pretty interesting to me. He's usually a strikeout type of pitcher with all his pitches. You'd assume he is. Matsui goes to the plate. Swing and a foul, and it'll be a 2-1. I believe the mic is still working. Yes, it is. 37 views on the day. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in at some point. Everyone here is appreciated in this very long marathon type stream. It's going to be a 2-1 the pitch. Swing and another foul back, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Padres were the first to go to the bullpen in a 3-2 game. It's 0 for 2 Garcia hitting in the 3-hole. Matsui sets. Matsui, however you want to say it. He set at the belt. The small lefty kicks, and the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and in the dirt. And that did not get caught by the catcher, but Garcia's going to walk away. First strikeout for Matsui. So that's the first strikeout, and that'll bring up Josh Bell, who's also, to the bottom of the lineup, has really been the key players in this game. Hitters 1 through 5, there's only 1 hit. 6 through 9, you have 4 hits, and all 3 runs come from them. Here's the pitch, and that is low and outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count to Josh Bell hitting in the 4-hole. Maybe we should just reverse the lineup. Go House leading off, Lyle hitting second, Millis hitting third, or go Young, Millis, Lyle, House for a 1 through 4. That would actually work. As Matsui comes set. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is right in there, called strike 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. Bell looks good when he's wearing a Nats uniform. Nice to see him wearing that again, instead of Marlins or Padres, like he has been in previously. The 1-1 for Matsui. So in a ground ball foul, it'll be a 1-2 count. And if you're wondering, for the relief pitching comparison, the Padres have a 3.17 ERA, second in the NL, and the Nationals have a 5.97 in the bullpen, and last in the NL. Well, Parker did what he needed to do today, went through 6 innings. The 1-2 to Bell is in the dirt, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2. So it'll be a 2-2 with 1 out. 37 views on the day today. It's not anything like the All-Star game where we had 200 by the 5th inning, but this is a good game still. Better than the other streams. We'll check those. It'll be a 2-2 for Matsui. And that is in the dirt, ball 3. We'll check the other streams. Nathaniel Lowe is on deck. He's 0 for 2 as well. Matsui, the little lefty sets. Here's the pitch to Bell. Swinging a line drive, caught by the third baseman, Jose Iglesias. That was a bullet right at him, but he caught it. So that's a second out of the inning on the liner out to Jose Iglesias for the second out. And that'll bring up Nathaniel Lowe. As we mentioned, he's 0 for 2. And if you're wondering, my first stream where they played the Cardinals, we got 71 views. Brewers, we got 73. 15 views on our podcast episode. Want to get the podcast known. And then 306 on the All-Star game. But we have 38 right now. Matsui sets the first pitch to Lowe. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. That one will go foul and out of play. It'll be an 0-1 count. Daniel Lowe always has a smile on his face. That's the thing I've noticed. Always smiling, always having a good time playing baseball. Because that's how it should be. So, it'll be an 0-1 count with 2 outs. Pitcher to another from Darvish to Matsui. Looks like Parker's sitting on the bench with a Gatorade towel around him. He might be done. Matsui set at the belt. He faces low, the fellow lefty. The 0-1. He signals strike. I don't know if that was an outside. Yeah, it's a ball, so it'll be a 1-1 count. So it'll be 1-1 with 2 outs. Matsui sets. The 1-1 to low. That is inside ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 pitch. Matsui, he comes set at the belt again. Front foot out a little bit. His open motion. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Deep center field. Going back to the track. And I think he robbed it. And that one is gone! He did not rob it. That ball is gone. 4-2 Nationals. Watch it fly. Nathaniel Lowe at home. Nathaniel Lowe makes it 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. 15 home runs on the season on the 402-foot home run. 106.7 off the bat. He'll get some high fives in the dugout. He will take the Uncle Slam hat. No one handed it to him. He's going to have to go grab it. But he'll get high fives and pats on the head as it's a 4-2 game here in the bottom of the 6th inning off a Nathaniel Lowe solo home run. Now it's Brady House. First pitch to him is low ball 1. So Nathaniel Lowe gives the Nationals an extra insurance run on the dead center home run into the red seats. Just barely into the red seats, too. Matsui sets. Here's the 1-0 to House. Swinging a ground ball foul down towards the first baseman. It'll be a 1-1 count. Lowe got all of that pitch. Great hit by him. Good for him. I thought the center fielder... Who is it? No, that's Merrill had it. Matsui thought he had it too, but then he tipped his hat up and got mad about it. So it'll be a 1-1 to House. Swinging a line drive right at Iglesias again, and it's caught. So that'll end the 6th inning. But the Nationals do what they need to do. They get an insurance run. 1 run, 1 hit, no one left on. That hit is a Nathaniel Lowe solo home run. We'll be back with the top of the 7th in just a second right here on District Nation. I wrote a 0 in my scorebook, but really, we need to write a 1 in there because it's 4-2 Nationals as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Top of the 7th inning now, right here on District Nation. Calling some baseball here. Mitchell Parker's day is done. Luis Garcia is going to come into pitch out of the bullpen. is going to come in here for the 7th inning. A solid start for Parker. He went 6 innings. Garcia is going to come in with a 4.94 ERA over 31 innings. He comes here in the 7th. 292 average against him. Only 2 home runs given up. Get Parker's stat line finalized in a moment. Garcia steps on. His arsenal's a sinker, splitter, and I missed the other ones, but his sinker and his splitter used the most. He's going to face Jose Iglesias, who has a 2-hit game. Garcia set down low at the belt. First pitch to him is right in there with a 95-mile-an-hour sinker. It'll be an 0-1 count. Six innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, then 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Great day from him. The 0-1 from Garcia. A tapper foul straight back. Iglesias did not like that he tapped it. So it's going to be an 0-2. Jose Iglesias 2 for 2 with a double and a single. A triple and a home run away from the cycle. 242 average, not 242 home runs. No one could do that. It'll be an 0-2 count. Garcia sets. The 0-2 is in the dirt, ball 1. It'll be a 1-2 count. Come set his Garcia at the belt, low with his hands as he faces Iglesias. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball right at the third baseman house, and he throws it over to first. Good throw to low, and that's the first out of the inning on the 5-3 ground out. So it's 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning, and coming up is going to be Jake Cronenworth, the second baseman, who's over 2. Jake Cronenworth 0 for 2, line out and a strikeout, or a fly out and a strikeout. They put on the TV line out. First pitch to Cronenworth is right in there, called strike 1 inside and low. It'll be an 0-1 count. Garcia has a long beard as he stands on the mound. Here's the 0-1 to Cronenworth. That is outside ball 1. 2 ways to decipher Luis Garcia Jr. and Luis Garcia. First off, the Jr., because Luis Garcia and Luis Garcia Jr., and then Luis Garcia has his beard. Garcia sets. Garcia Jr. behind him at second base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Low, strike 2, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Garcia steps right back onto the rubber with a 1-2 count against Cronenworth. Maldonado on deck with a knock. Garcia, the righty, comes set to face Cronenworth, the lefty. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball down the line. That's a base hit. Wood will chase after it. Cronenworth will take a wide turn around first, and he'll go back to first with a single. His first knock of the game down the left field line. So now that'll bring up Martin Maldonado, who's 1 for 2. It's a 4-2 game. In the top of the 7th inning. It's a late game. 3 hours and 5 minutes now on the broadcast time. I started really early, too. I started at 6:30. And we did some MLB around the horn. And the microphone seems to be working. It stopped working during my last Nats game I called. Then it worked entirely for the All-Star game. Looks like Millis will talk to Garcia and then go back. I assume Ferrer is going to come on for the 8th, being your best reliever besides Finnegan. And you went to Garcia now. Garcia has earned a spot doing some situations like this. And looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter for Martin Maldonado. It's going to be Brooks. We'll get the name. It's going to be Brooks. We'll get his full name. It's going to be Trenton Brooks, who's normally the left fielder hitting for the catcher Maldonado. First pitch. Swing and a miss at the 89-mile-an-hour splitter. Garcia sets. Top of the 7th inning with a 2-run lead. Garcia, set. He goes the 0-1. Swing the ground ball, foul. Lowe will pick it up in foul territory and be an 0-2 count. Could have been a double play there, but not made. So it'll be an 0-2 count with 1 out to face Trenton Brooks. So Cronenworth will lead away from first. Brooks, the pinch hitter, up to the plate here in the 7th inning. Cronenworth with a decent lead. The pitch, he goes. No, he does not. And that's a ball low and inside off Millis's glove, and Cronenworth will stay at first. It'll be a 1-2 count. $38 views on the day. We had 2 new subscribers. Coming set is Garcia. He goes to the plate. Swing a ground ball at the second baseman. 4, 6, 3 double play. Perfectly executed on the 4-6-3 double play. Time for a little math lesson. 4 plus 6 plus 3 equals 2. 1 hit, no one left on. And that's a 0 put by the top of the 7th by Luis Garcia as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Nationals will come up to hit with a 4-2 lead. So now it'll be Dalen Lyle to hit, who's 1 for 1 as we come back in just a second. We'll look at some other scores. If you're wondering, because I'm just looking at this, the Nationals' last series is a weekend series against the Chicago White Sox. I will definitely cover the last season. That's special, covering the last official series. They end on September 28th. And that's right around basketball will get started in October. Football will already be going on. It's in September. You can already expect some football. So we will have some good times already. So we'll get started in just a moment. We'll see if there's a new pitcher. We'll take this opportunity to check. Matsui's going to stay in the game here for his 2nd inning of work. Take a look at tomorrow. We'll do a little pre for tomorrow because the Nationals do have a game tomorrow. So the start time for them is 1:35. We'll be on at approximately 1:30. I might start a little earlier. Can start early to start calling the game. It's going to be Mackenzie Gore versus, for the Padres, Nick Pivetta. The Nationals are home, of course. So Matsui will step back on. He'll come out for the bottom of the 7th. I can't believe I didn't say this. The Padres are wearing their alternate brown uniforms. First pitch to Lyle is inside and low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. It'd be a better outing for Matsui if he didn't give up the home run. Matsui sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. Foul. And it'll be a 1-1 count. Matsui sets at the belt. The little lefty facing Dalen Lyle. Lyle has an open stance. Here's the 1-1 to Lyle. That is low and outside, ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count. We're probably going to have another issue of District Nation show tomorrow. We might after the game or before. I don't know if we will have it, but we're going to cover 3 sports this time because we are covering 3 sports now. Here's the 2-1. That is high, ball 3. It'll be a 3-1 count. Matsui sets. 3-1 to Lyle. Swing and a foul back. It'll be 3-2. So it's a full count, no outs. Matsui sets the 3-2 to Lyle. Swing, another foul, jammed. And it'll be 3-2 again. And for warning, we are going to be covering some NCAA this season. And I will most definitely call college baseball, because I really enjoy college baseball, college basketball, college football. Those three, along with our other three sports. We have a lot of sports we can cover. Here's the 3-2 to Lyle. Swinging another foul down the left field line. Lyle working a good at-bat. Matsui comes set once again. He has 25 pitches. He's set at the belt. Here's the pitch to Lyle, the payoff. Swing and a miss. Matsui wins the battle with his second strikeout, and that was swinging to start the bottom of the 7th inning. So now it's going to be Drew Millis to hit. He's 1 for 2. He stole a base. So Matsui will face Millis. Millis will hit from the right side this time, because he's a switch hitter. The pitch from Matsui. That is outside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Matsui set at the belt. Here's the 1-0 to Millis. That is high, ball 2. It'll be a 2-0 count. So it's 2-0. It's going to be a 2-0. Millis, hands held high. Here's the pitch from Millis. Swing and a miss. If you're wondering here, we'll check the scores, but just some big ones. The Braves are beating the New York Mets, or New York Yankees 8-7. The Mets finished earlier. Here's the 2-1. That is called strike 2 on the outside corner. It'll be a 2-2. That was outside and high, but he calls it 2-2, so it'll be a 2-2 count. One out, Matsui using his glove to cover up the pitch call. I'm trying to hear it. It must be loud at Nationals Park. Haven't heard it be loud in a while, to be honest. And I've been to quite a few games. I've only been to a couple this year. So it'll be a 2-2. Matsui comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 3. It'll be a 3-2 count. So it'll be 3-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Millis, and that is inside, ball 4. And now Millis is on base. So now Drew Millis draws a walk in his third plate appearance. Peralta's back up for the Padres. If you remember, he was back up earlier when Darvish was losing momentum. It was him. So now it's going to be Jacob Young to hit. He's 1 for 2. Coming sets Matsui. Here's the pitch. Swing the ground ball right at the shortstop. He'll fire it over to second, to first, and Young beats it out. So it's a fielder's choice. 6-4, and then Young beats it out. So 2 outs and a runner on first. A lot of different streams that I'm following. Got a lot of good baseball going on. We'll check in at the end of our game. We'll look at some other games. Enjoy some baseball. So it looks like they're going to go to Peralta now. And we're going to take a break here quickly. I'm going to check in on some other people. We'll take a break here as Matsui comes out. I'll be back with the rest of the bottom of the 7th right here on District Nation. It's going to be Wandy Peralta now for the Padres as we go to the end of the bottom of the 7th inning here. And now first pitch to Abrams, and he's going to immediately ground it. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, but first pitch to Abrams, and he's going to immediately ground out to the first baseman, Luis Ariz, unassisted, and that'll end the 7th inning. So they leave a man, no hits, but the Nationals leave a man as we go to the 8th inning. So now, I'm sorry, but I'm taking another break here as Garcia probably will get taken out. We're going to take a break here quickly. I'll be back for the top of the 8th inning right here on District Nation. We head to the top of the 8th inning. And I'm getting my mic working. It was kind of adjustable. We're heading to the top of the 8th inning in a 4-2 game. We'll see who's coming in for the Nationals. It might be Garcia again. Check, but I think it is Garcia as he comes set. He will come out for the 2nd inning of work. First pitch to Tatis. That is inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. So it's 1-0 as Garcia comes set. Here comes the pitch to Tatis. That is called strike white in there, right in there. It'll be a 1-1 count. 39 views on the day. Thank you so much. Garcia sets the 1-1. That is low and outside. Ball 2. It'll be a 2-1 count. Hopefully the Nationals can hold this 4-2 lead. Garcia set at the belt. A little lower than the belt, more like the pants. The 2-1. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. Lyle chasing after it. He goes into foul territory. Oh, that's call, actually. He misses it going up against the wall. So my mistake. Call is now in right field, subbing in for Lyle. So he'll come in the 8th inning to field as Lyle struck out in his last at-bat. Peralta coming sit at the pants, because I don't think he's coming sit at the knees. The 2-2. And that is ball 3. They thought he went, but no, he did not. Yeah, they're going to check it again. I think he went at that. Actually, he got it back in time. So now it's going to be a 3-2. The pitch to Tatis is low. Ball 4. Garcia thought he had it. Was strutting off the mound. No, he did not. So that's a walk drawn for Fernando Tatis Jr. So now it's going to be Luis Arraez, the first baseman, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a ground out. It looks like Miguel Cairo is going to come out now. And it looks like the day for Luis Garcia Jr. or Luis Garcia is over. And Jose A. Ferrer is going to come in here in the 8th inning. We'll stay right here during that. I was checking into the Dixon Way earlier, that stream. Checked into them. Said hey. Had to check and make sure he was doing alright. He's doing okay. He's a Brave streamer. I enjoy watching all the different teams, their streamers. Everyone kind of has their team. There's an Astros guy. There's a lot of different guys. He's a good streamer. You have Yankees guys, and then you have a lot of different guys. So Ferrer is going to come in here in the 8th inning. The stat line for Garcia: 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. So that's his stat line. As we're in the top of the 8th inning. And Rhino is streaming, of course. Don't forget about the Rising Rhino. Can't forget about good old Rhino. Ferrer is going to come in. We'll get started in just a moment with that inning. We have 4 likes on the stream. We've had 40 views now. She's going to face Luis Arraez, Manny Machado, and Gavin Sheets to start. Since we have a minute, we'll look at some other scores. So we like looking at games. Let's get a start. Atlanta and New York are 8-7, Atlanta winning. Colorado has tied Minnesota 3-3. Milwaukee has a lead over the Dodgers 3-0. And Houston and Seattle 0-0. Those are the only games going on right now. We're actually one of the later games because we had that delay. Ferrer, 47 games, a 5.18 ERA, 48.2 innings, 1.27 whip. 281 average against him, 3 home runs given up. I don't like looking at Ferrer stats because there's so much more to him. He's such a good pitcher. You just got to give him a chance. He's effective on the mound. Just give him a little bit of motion. First pitch is low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. We're in the top of the 8th inning. We're 19 subs. Leading off is Tatis. Ferrer sets at the belt, low 1-0. Right in there, calls strike 1. It'll be a 1-1. So it's a 1-1 with no outs. Ferrer checks his sign and comes set. He checks over at Tatis and he goes. And he lays down a bunt. Arraez lays down a bunt. Millis gets out of the bag, fires it to first, and the throw is out of the play. It's going to go into right field. Tatis rounding third. He's going to stop at third. So we'll see how it's scored. But now there's runners on second and third. So we'll explain it again. That was a bunt that Arise laid down. Millis went to throw it. He fired it into the outfield. And then, so, official score is ruling pending, so we'll see what they call it. I don't know what they're going to call it, but I don't think it's a hit. It's not a hit. So, Tatis is on third, Arise on second. Call had to chase that down in right field. But now there's runners on second and third. We'll see what the scoring is. First pitch, right in there, called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. I'm going to give him an error because this is my scorebook. I can do it as I do. I'm going to give him an error. So runners on second and third. Here's the pitch, and that is, they'll appeal if he went. Yes, he did, and it's an 0-2 count. So on the E2, I'm scoring it on my own, so we'll do that. So now it'll be an 0-2. Ferrer with runners on second and third. He comes set. Here's the pitch. And that is low and inside, ball one in the dirt. So it'll be a 1-2. So it's going to be a 1-2, no outs, runners on second and third with Manny Machado up. Ferrer sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt and inside. Manny Machado swings through it, and that's a strikeout for Jose A. Ferrer. So now coming up is going to be Gavin Sheet. Sorry. First sets, first pitch to Sheets. Called strike one on 99 miles an hour, right in there. So to be an 0-1 count. Surprising that the Nationals are one of the later games tonight. That almost never happens. Happens rarely. I mean, I like it. People probably tuning in. Swung on and missed. Low sinker, 0-2 count. Another 0-2 count now. 1 out after the first strikeout for Ferrer. I told you, Ferrer's a good reliever. You got to let him do his thing. So it's going to be an 0-2. Here's the pitch. Oh, and it's low and outside. Blocked by Millis. He makes a good pick on it. So it's going to be a 1-2 with 1 out. So runners on second and third with 1 out. Ferrer sets. Here comes the 1-2. Low again in the dirt, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2. So it's going to be a 2-2 with 1 out and runners on second and third. Tatis on third, Arise on second after that error bunt. Ferrer with a 2-2. He shakes off a couple times. He's got a signal. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Sending a ground ball right back to Ferrer. He'll go home with it. And Tatis Jr. is caught in a pickle now. And they're going to go into a pickle. And they're not going to get him. But now he's stuck at second. And Tatis, so no one's going to get out. So the bases will stay loaded. Ferrer went home with it. That's not what he wanted to do, probably, but he went home with it. He went home with it, and they're going to challenge this, but the bases are going to be loaded, but they're going to challenge this. We'll take a break as they do it. Just a quick second, but now they'll take a break. So they're going to challenge again. I don't know what they're going to call it. So we'll see what they do. Nationals are going to challenge this. So I think Millis got him on this play. This was a pickle. I'm not going to score completely, but I think they might have gotten him. So the play was he went home with it, and Millis started charging. It was like a 1-2-6-2, and I think Millis tagged him. So I don't know what they're going to do, but we'll see. So it was kind of Millis jumped out to try to tag him. We'll see what happens here. Let's see what it scored. This stream's been going on for 3 hours. Oh, they're giving the call, and he is out! The runner is out, and that's the second out of the inning. Yes! So the play ended up working out on the fielder's choice. Tatis is out trying to go home. So it's going to do 1-2. I don't really feel like working it all in there. So it's going to go 1-2 here. So it is 2 outs on the fielder's choice. And now they're going to go runners on first and second. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. $41 views on the day. Thank you so much to everybody. We are the late game tonight. We're one of the late games. It's like we're a West Coast team, even though we're in D.C., the Eastern Coast. Here's first pitch from Ferrer. Swinging a line drive into right field. Call ranging over. He will make the catch. The third out of the inning, and they get out of it scoreless. Ferrer gets out of the jam. No hits given up. He leaves 2 men after the error by Millis, but Millis makes up for it by making a tag. Another 0 put in there for the Padres as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 Nationals. Take a look at some other games now. We have a moment here we're middle of the 8th inning. I was checking in on some other people, seeing how people were. Just had to check. It's taking a lead. And Houston, Seattle just started. It's 0-0. So we're getting ready for the bottom of the 8th here, and a home run just tied the game. Anthony Volpe just hit a home run in the Braves-Yankees game, if you're wondering. Just if you're wondering. No, there's not many Yankees fans here. But we do probably have a couple Yankees fans have been through here. 42 views on the day. Thank you to everyone who has been here. We're trying to hit 29. I don't think we're going to. That's fine, though. We had a good stream tonight. We had good amount of people come through with 42. We'll probably get some more views, maybe 10, 15 more. And it's going to be Wood to lead this inning off. He's 0 for 3. He's going to face the new pitcher. Or it's going to be the same pitcher, probably, in Peralta. First pitch to Wood. Check swing. They'll appeal. They say no. So it's going to be a 1-0 count to Wood, who is 3 for his last 30-some. I think 35. Not a good streak for him. Hopefully he can find that all-star mentality again. 1-0 swing and a miss at a low slider. Or the pitchers have just figured him out a little bit. So to be 1-1. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball right at the shortstop. He will fire it over to first, and that's a 6-3 ground out. He makes a play up the middle for the first out of the inning. So that's the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr., who does not have a knock either. It's really the bottom of the lineup that's feeling him, and Lowe now feeling him a little bit with that home run. So everyone 5 and on has a hit. No one else does. Well, Abrams has a hit, but they're the ones feeling the offense. Here's the pitch to Garcia. Swinging a ground ball foul, and it'll be an 0-1. So to be an 0-1 with 1 out. 0 for 3 Garcia. Peralta comes set. He pitched a piece of the 7th, the pitch. That is outside ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. So it'll be 1-1 with 1 out. Peralta gets his sign and comes set. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball. Foul, and it'll be a 1-2. So it'll be a 1-2 count with 1 out. One, two, 1 out. Here's the 1-2. Down low, ball 2. It'll be a 2-2 count. So it'll be 2-2 with 1 out the pitch. So in a ground ball foul, and it'll be another 2-2. So we'll stay at 2-2 again. We have a couple games still going on and a couple streams that are still going on in baseball-wise. Peralta sets. Here comes the pitch. That is outside ball 3, and it'll be a 3-2 count. So the count is filled here. We started streaming 3 hours ago. We can get the official time on OBS. 3 hours and 39 minutes. This is going to be longer than last one. So now the pitch. That is ball 4 down low and a walk for Luis Garcia Jr. So with 1 out, he draws a walk. There's a runner on base. So now we're going to get a mound visit for the Padres. I think Peralta may be done here, or it's just the pitching coach. We'll check. And it is the manager, so that ends Peralta's day. We'll see who comes in. We'll take a moment right here. We'll stay right here for this one. 0.2 innings, no hits for Peralta. We don't know how many runs he's given up. He walked a guy. No strikeouts, but he could give up the Garcia runs. You never know. That's why I don't fill out the runs immediately. I just want to know sometimes. It just helps me. Had a pretty good stream tonight, gained 2 subscribers. And it was before the game even started when we were doing MLB Around the Horn. So, we're having a good night. We can probably get to 30 before the preseason starts, though, because people like football. So when I do a little more football content, it should help. So we'll be going with the bottom of the 8th. Finnegan is warming up for the Nationals. Hopefully Finnegan can do the job he didn't quite do last night, giving up that grand slam. I don't want to give it to him because the offense could have helped him out a little bit more in that game. Offense got behind Parker today, which obviously really helped Parker. Field him a little bit, got him to go. 6 innings, only giving up 2 runs, and Garcia getting 2 innings out of him, or 1 inning. And then Ferrer coming in and finishing it off. Good by him. So now we go back to the bottom of the 8th inning here on District Nation Baseball. And looky who it is. It's the Rhino. The Rhino is here. He's saying, "Hey-o." I got that to work, by the way, Rhino. I got the messages seem to work. First pitch is chopped up the middle, right to the shortstop. He will step on the bag, and that is a 6-3 double play to end the inning. So Bell grounds into a double play that's 6-3, and the Rhino has arrived. So we're going to stay here as the Rhino's here. Hey, District Nation. What up, Rhino? Saw the end of your stream. Nice to see you doing your thing. How was the stream, Rhino? And I hear you're getting up early tomorrow. Hope you have some fun with that. Getting up early, calling some football. Anything for football, man. Anything for football. So we're going to go to the 9th here. Finnegan is going to come in for the Nationals here in the top of the 9th inning. But if anyone's looking for something to do tomorrow, Rising Rhino is going to be up early. The Rhino is going to be up early. Got to grind it up. You're up to 19 subs. I know. I'm trying to hit 30 before preseason starts on August 8th. I'm calling the Commanders' first preseason game. ELF, yikes. 5 a.m. my time. Ooh, so like 6 a.m. my time. In DC, I saw your schedule and I was thinking that had to be some sort of typo. Maybe you meant PM. So I personally thought you just messed it up and we're going to post something like, hey, I messed it up. I thought it was PM, but then I saw you say that you're getting up early, 5:30. So it'll be fun hearing you call some European League at 6:45 my time in the morning. Excited to hear the man go to work at 6:45. Anyone looking for something to do, tune into the Rhino. Excited to hear him call some football. If you want to learn more about football, just hang out in Rhino's chat. That's what I've been doing. And I'm ready for the Commanders' first game, hopefully. As we're going to the top of the 9th inning, Finnegan's going to take the mound. And Rhino is here for it. You can do it. Spread the info to friends and family on your socials and whatnot. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I've been doing that lately. And it's actually been working out very nicely. Oh, I'll be sleepy. Oh, I'll be there to wake you up in the chat. I'll keep you awake. The district will do his job. Give you some of that DC vibes. Kyle Finnegan's going to come in. He's had a little bit of a shady 18 out of 24 tries for the saves. And Rhino's here to see it, so I think Rhino will give Finnegan that good luck. Hopefully he can. And I will be spreading it because we're trying to hit 30 before preseason. I'm excited to call preseason because I know football is a lot liked on YouTube. So I'm excited to see the outcome during football season. Uh-oh. Yeah, 18 out of 24, 19 out of 24. But he's going to face Jackson Merrill to start. Finnegan sets. Here is the first pitch. Swinging and a foul, and it'll be an 0-1. Yeah, August 8th is the start. July 31st. I'm debating calling that Hall of Fame game because it's the very first football game. But I'm more of a Commanders guy, so I'm assuming you're going to call that game on July 31st because you're so big on it. Coming set is Finnegan. The 0-1 pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 1. Yeah, I'm assuming that Rhino here is going to call that July 31st Hall of Fame game. I believe it's Lions and someone. I don't know who the other team is. I'll check as we go. But I think it's the Lions. Finnegan set. Set at the belt. Brings his hands a bit higher. Here's the 1-1. Swing a ground ball right to the second baseman, Garcia. He will fire it over to first, and that is a 4-3 ground out for the first out of the night. And if you're wondering, WNBA basketball is on right now. The All-Star game. Didn't know WNBA had an All-Star game. I cover as much as I can cover, but Lions Chargers. I cover as much. I have a CFL game though. Oh, good luck with your CFL game. So it's 1 out, and he's going to face Iglesias. First pitch. Called strike 1 on the low outside corner. A big CFL guy in Rhino. It's nice to see different football leagues besides just the NFL. I mean, some people I know, baseball guys, are going to call the World Baseball Classic. Finnegan sets. The 0-1. Swinging a fly ball. Call chasing after it in right field, but it's going to go out of play, and it's going to be an 0-2 count. It'd be nice to see Rhino cover some football. I know I'll be tuning in tomorrow. I'll be up early. Stamps Redbacks on the 31st, so no Lions Chargers for me. Then maybe someone else could step up who's smaller. So it's an 0-2. Swing and a miss, low and inside. Finnegan with the first strikeout of his outing, 2 outs. And it looks like Rhino might be the good luck charm for Kyle Finnegan. I cover a little preseason, but it's hard with the CFL. So I'm hearing is you take CFL over preseason. I mean, CFL during that time is probably bigger, so I get it. You've been getting a lot of viewers from the CFL too. Finnegan coming set. Yeah, CFL must be popular with you. He sets the first pitch. They're going to lay down for a bunt, but he takes it back on a fastball down the middle. It'll be an 0-1 count. Yeah. Rhino calls CFL. He calls whatever the other league is. I think it's the USFL or the XFL. Is that 2 leagues or 1? I think it might be 1 league, but you should know that. It'll be an 0-1 here. The pitch. Swing and a miss at the splitter. Low, and it'll be an 0-2 count. 0-2. 2 outs. The fans are cheering. They are standing. It'll be an 0-2. It'll be big if Finnegan could secure the first win after the 5-game losing streak the Nationals could use a little bit. The pitch, the 0-2. Low in the dirt, ball 1. Yeah, a lot of streamers cover the NFL or try to. So it's hard to fight for views from YouTube, UFL, USFL, and XFL combined to the UFL. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know this stuff. I haven't been up with that. I follow NFL a little bit, but it's mostly MLB and NBA for me. And Finnegan will step off. Millis will go back and talk to him as it's going to be a 1-2 count. Rhino knows what he needs to cover, and he has the CFL locked down. If you need CFL coverage, go to Rhino. He does most of the games. That's where I go to get my football knowledge. Just like if you need other things, like play-by-play with JJ is the guy to go with if you want the Diamond Zone type thing. But there are certain people that they have that sport or that team just locked down, like PAS with the Mets, play-by-play with JJ with the Phillies. There's a lot of guys. You with the NFL in general, CFL. The other leagues, European League. So it'll be a 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Called strike 3 and the game is over. The Nationals take their first win from after the All-Star break. After a 5-game losing streak, Finnegan gets his 20th save and the Nationals get the win. Their 5-game losing streak ends and they grab a win. Finnegan finding himself doing what he needs to do. Nationals take the win 4-2. So now we get to do my screen that I made, Nats win screen. Only a couple other jackrabbits cover the CFL, and it annoys me. Lol. We gotta get this up. You gotta lock down the Nats, and then Dunzo. Yes, sir. Now we get the Nats win screen. Dunzo, good job to the Nationals. They grab a win, something they desperately needed after a 5-game losing streak. The Nationals did exactly what they could use, a win. Of course, Rising Rhino was here. He was the good luck charm. Got to give all the luck to him. And I am trying to lock down the Nats and some of the Wizards and Commanders, but the Nationals grab a win. So the Nationals do what they needed. They grabbed a win after a 5-game losing streak. Lowe had a home run. The bottom of the lineup did the job, getting some knocks when the top of the lineup wasn't. Abrams had a knock, and then you have House who did his job. Lyle had some offensive things. Of course, Drew Millis had an amazing game behind the plate, defensively and offensively. Big thing, Rhino was here. And of course, Young had a knock, but in the end, it was just a team effort, something they haven't done in a while, something they did perfectly. They played as a team. So now that'll basically end the stream for tonight. We had a great stream tonight, thanks to everyone who stopped by today, including the Rhino. Rhino stopped by today. So we're going to do a little more talk. We'll look at some scores quickly because it's late. But, of course, the Yankees and Braves are tied at 8 at the end of 8 innings. Colorado is beating the Minnesota Twins 8-3. The Rockies are actually winning. It's crazy. The Rockies are actually winning a baseball game. It's going to take time, but got to be consistent and build up a following from other streamers to help get a boost. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do lately, and actually it's been working. Been going to other guys, saying, hey, after this I'm going to go hang out with Northwest probably for a couple minutes. Yeah, but since you're in Colorado, just the Rockies are actually winning a baseball game. Didn't even know that was possible. Yeah, so the Rockies are winning 8-3. The Brewers are beating the Dodgers 5-4, and Seattle is beating Houston 1-0. Of course, today we hung out before we were calling the Mets and Reds game. The Mets, of course, lost. Catch you later. Gonna go have some dinner. See you, Rhino. Have a great day. My Rockies are terrible. Yeah, see you, man. Have a good night. I'm gonna go relax for the night. Good game. Thanks for streaming that football game. I'll be in your stream tomorrow. See you then. Thanks for coming into my stream. So that's the end of today's stream. We had a great stream today. Good day. The Nationals win 4-2, something they haven't done in a while. Final score, Washington Nationals 4, San Diego Padres 2. The series is tied. It will be decided tomorrow with the best word in baseball, rubber match. We will be live for 1:30 p.m. for that game tomorrow. Thank you to everyone who stayed in today. We had 2 new subscribers. 1 new subscriber used the chat. Thank you so much to everyone who came. The goal is 30 by preseason. I think